myosin, your body will produce that hormone acid that is causing these symptoms. It blocks the overproduction of these abnormal isotones. So once daily, adults need myosin, and not the patient with low platelets. It can cause serious side effects, changes in insulin sensitivity and stuff. Tell your doctor right away. Get lost, drowsiness, trouble staying awake, or fighting problems, seeing objects or hearing things out there, or changing breathing.
Speaking of people getting upset, I made a comment yesterday about something. So there is this post here. Let me go back on. I'll watch the clip. So I don't know Joe Partozzi. I don't know who this is, but we're going to listen to what he said. The Joe guy, yeah. Do not commit more crimes than white people on a personality basis. Do not commit more crimes than white people on a personality basis. If you're going to say statistically they do, that is only because of impoverished areas in the lives that they live.
You know who I haven't done a run with in a while,
Which is obviously true. That's
and
do you think
she's
DEI
actually really
only
good on medium courses.
unless they're women, but it's really there are so many
Rice shower.
institutional and systematic advantages that are given to people of minority status that they enjoy that white people don't have access to and Asian people don't have access to. So this is what's really, and you can see this with test scores, you can see this with acceptance rates in the colleges, you can see it with medical school acceptance rates. This is just an objective fact. And angry about that, and because there's a lot of people that were mad about the term systematic racism because they think that for some reason black people own that term. No, they don't. Systematic racism are just simply two words put together. So blacks and other minority groups enjoy preferential treatment through DEI and affirmative action at the expense of white and Asian Americans. Socioeconomic conditions is a code, and everyone knows it. Thank fucking God. Thank God. You finally have more people that are realizing it. I'm very happy. Please learn the difference between systemic and systematic. What do
Oh,
you
Lord.
think the difference? Why don't you explain the difference to me? Let me go ahead and understand. So let's work through this reason. Systematic is utilizing a system. Okay, what's systemic?
You know what, though? So where's Silent Suzuka?
Systematic is something deeply ingrained in our system. So you think that there's something systemic that is holding black people back? That's like engineered into the government? Is that what you think? Like, I mean, this is very clearly, this is what the reasoning is, right? Like a systemic expected. Okay, I understand that. Not particularly. Okay, so you're just simply correcting my vocabulary. This isn't like really an argument or anything. You're just correcting my vocabulary. Yeah, sorry for taking your time. Me too. Anyway, so let's go back. We're going to finish the rest of this. Just a word on it. Yes, exactly. Just planned by a group using the system
Dang, I forgot she doesn't get race bonus yet.
Yes, and so anyway, you had a person here. Somebody got mad about this. The blacks, how about you say black people, you disgusting cockroach fucking bastard? So you have one person that's angry about this very clearly, and I don't know if I really saw this, but this is a person who, let me see, can I find it? No, that's not it at all. I don't know where this is, but either way, apparently this person has like dozens of negative tweets that they've made about white people. So this person's trying to correct me being racist. Well, you don't really care about me being racist. You just simply are racist if you want to control what I'm saying, right? And he's getting mad at blacks. Well, yeah, because they're racist. That's the reason why. Man, I did not read blacks benefit from systematic racism on the internet. So let's go back and we're going to look at this and we're going to find.
Okay.
So I did not read blacks, and this is also, by the way, this is a content creator saying this, and you're not going to have a lot of content creators backing me up with this. And the reason why is because I'm saying something that I think everybody knows to be true, but at the same time, nobody wants to really acknowledge. And people don't want to say what I'm saying, but I think it's evidently true. Yeah, they don't want to lose sponsors. They don't want to have people, call them racist on the internet. I don't really give a shit about any of that. So DEI is factually provable systematic racism, unlike all the other bullshit blacks have been about, which is pure speculation. I probably should have worded that black people benefit way the fuck less than they suffer from systematic racism, because yeah, I'm not pretending affirmative action and shit does not exist. Name one systematic racism blacks suffer from. Every instance of getting pulled over in America.
Oh my God. Idiot.
Isn't it crazy how this absolute total lip slop is just in like it? This is it. They're so stupid. It's unbelievable. It's wait, what? Yeah. Well, this is the thing, right? And so I've looked at this because this is a very very controversial post that I make, right? Obviously, saying tonight was very controversial. And so, doing so, obviously, I was reading some of the responses to it. And one thing that I've noticed is that not a single person is even responding to anything that I said. I'm stupid. I can't fathom a person. I can't believe you said that. It's the funniest string of words. The Foundation of Economic and Human Society of Factor of Shaped Every Single Civilization past 1,000 years since its code. Well, yeah, it obviously is. All you have to look at
Oh, subdue the enclosures. That would be helpful.
cross-reference them, right? It's a super simple thing to do. Anybody with a brain can do, but you're not interested in doing that because you've already made up the conclusion without looking at any evidence. That's the reason why. So, I mean, like, yeah, there's no counter argument to this at all. And so he dead ass thinks random black people can just walk up to NASA or any surgical position in the job because DEI exists. Yes, guys, all you have to do is you just show up to NASA and you say, I'm black, and then they hire you. That's right. They're purposely obtuse. Well, this is the thing, right? Is that none of these people, how has this road not been banned? The rot from your teeth has gone to your brain. That you understand life because you're a white man, live their moms. This is like another big personal insult. Not a single person here, and you could benefit from a shower, of course, blacks, but not us, white Asian Americans for other two, of course, right? Since it's sort of like implied racism, etc. Black people try lynching yourself. So not a single person here is engaging at all with what I've said.
How we get 12 power and 12 speed? What was that?
It's because I'm right. That's the reason why. And they have to they have to resort to insults, to ad hominem, to other forms of personal attacks, because they can't engage this concept in any sort of a reasonable way. And the reason why is because every piece of observable data proves the opposite. That's it. You can't argue with it. So that's it. They're ignorant, exactly. And because they're emotional people, why do you fight these battles? Because this is the reason why I fight battles like this is because this is a lie. This is the emperor's clothes. Everybody is expected to compliment them. This is a world that is basically a manufactured consensus that's based off of a Russian nesting doll of lies. And the reason why I talk about this stuff is because nobody else will. Nobody else is willing to say any of this. And because they're worried about getting, oh no, they might say something bad.
We're only getting started. We're only getting started.
I mean, obviously, I care.
Let's go.
But I would rather live in reality than live in a delusion. That's it. They're operating on emotion and virtue signaling. They're not logically based at all. They can't learn from history. No, they can't. How about everyone worried about the problem of their own race, trying to solve other races' problems? Well, you obviously have to solve. They're not. This is America. We're solving problems based off of actions, not race. It doesn't have anything to do with race. If you break into a store and you steal something, you fucked up. It doesn't matter whether you're white, black, Mexican, fucking Asian, Native American. We can't have that happen. Like, so, and whenever you infantilize people and you treat them as if they're not accountable for their own actions, and it's actually some sort of, abstract system that you can never.
Oh crap! I forgot that. Damn it!
It's actually the reason why they're doing these bad things. All you're doing is hurting everybody, and that's it. It's not really race, it's culture. It has nothing to do about whether it's race or culture or anything. What it has to do with is that
Oh no, I did use it. Okay, good.
And doing this, the problem is the crime. It is the action that they are taking. There's nothing else that's the problem. That's the problem. It's the action. So that's it. At what point do we hold everybody accountable when the system is protecting them? I know. And when black man walks in a room, we think the same thing about him. It doesn't matter if he commits crime or not. Y'all wrap black people into one. I'm sure there's some people that are racist out there for sure. And nearly 26K likes on this, the whole generation. And I'll tell you that it's only going to get higher. It's only going to get higher because people like me will continue to normalize the the plain English discussion of rationality, common sense, and reality. And I will do so, and other people like me will do so, whether people kick and scream and cry about it or not. That's the truth. System protected a guy one of the shooting range. Shootings pretty on Cambridge yesterday. If the white guy tried to kill a cop, you think they're getting 5 years? I mean, I have no idea, right? I mean, like, I think that obviously, like, and this is more of them, the black people that suspect racism. Not a single person. Yeah, I forgot this free will mindset. You can at least put free thinker in your bios. We can 100% tell you're a moron. That's right, guys. That's right. Being poor makes you steal makeup from CVS. You can tell time by measuring the sun's distance from the horizon.
Looks like caviar. It's full size fashion. A car that doesn't elevate every experience. It's a car that stops short of amazing. Link and get more with new 2K Plus Smart Security. With Link 2K Plus, get set up in minutes to see every detail in crisp 2K video. Get noise cancellation for clearer two-way talk. Hey, big
Obviously, that's just the way it is, guys. Of course. And so, Admiral Enron, there's guys seeing a random black person on the street, putting him in the cockpit of an airplane. There is no amount of disingenuous reframing, emotional outbursts, or any form of just gaslighting that's going to protect you from reality. It's true. It's true. What I'm saying is true. The straw man keeps so funny. I know. Well, I find this to be very funny because this is there is actually no substance behind any of this. It's just lies. That's really all there is to it. And what is zero-based power? And if you try to shoot someone, the punishment should be they try to shoot you too. Yeah, I agree with that. And anyway, I don't taking a woke internet heavy fire. Well, it's not really. The thing is that it's not woke. It's racist, mentally ill, problematic communists. That's what it is. They are literal race communists. They're trying to push this stuff onto everybody. And they want everybody to live inside of this world. Like, these are the same people that are, like, glorifying, the Chinese government or the Cuban government or these other governments, the Iranian government, that, like, actively suppress any degree of critical thinking or rational evaluation. And the reason why is because they know their ideas can't stand up to it. That's the main reason why. But it's kind of funny because they don't know they're actually racist. Well, they do know that they're racist, but they think that they can control people's behavior by saying the opposite. That's literally it. And leftist posts are absurdly
Oh, and we get groundwork early. Oh, now we got groundwork intel.
And so you have another right here. So these are two people that tried to go into a federal meeting that they weren't allowed in because they weren't federal lawmakers. And then they got taken out of that meeting and they took pictures of them and they're trying to pretend like this is the new Martin Luther King or the new Malcolm X. And I think that nowadays people realize that and they can see that this is very obviously a manipulation. It is. It's complete and obvious manipulation. So the photo is so taken out of context. Well, it's being done that way on purpose, right? It's being done that way on purpose because there are a lot of boys out there that they see this, and when you get conditioned your whole life to, like immediately, if somebody calls you racist, and this is like the worst thing that anybody can say, you have to like beg them to take it back. They hear this or they see this, and they immediately have to like agree with whatever these people are advocating for. That's literally it. So yeah. Anyway, after the insane things are happening, you got that right? Yeah. So you have this constantly happen, and again, people try to do what it reads are. Every single person read this and go back and read it again. We should turn this far at impact. Look at this here. Literally every single person is not addressing my point. There is not a single person addressing what I said. I love it. I do. I absolutely love it. I think it's hilarious. Because this is it. Of course not. Yes, because again, there's nothing that you can say to like undo this, right? I mean, because they know that's true. They're really mad today. Not really. This one isn't even really a big deal. And I think what Joe was trying to say statistically is that being in poverty is a huge driver to commit crime, and that it's not a genetic component of being black. Well, yeah, obviously, but then that's not something that has to do with being black. black, it has to do with being poor. But even inside of different socioeconomic strata, you also have different race statistics for different groups of people. To act like every group of people is going to behave the exact same is delusional. Obviously, that's not the case. There's a multifaceted reason for why, but to just say that it's entirely socioeconomic is just not true.
All right, let's roll. Let's roll. Come on, come on.
You're not going to say that that's, like you don't need a TV to live. You don't need makeup to live, but that's what they do. So that's it. And
First place. Cool, 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 cool. All right, we're on to the next one. Let's roll. Let's roll.
And this is the reason, and here's another component to this. This is the reason why I care about it a lot. The reason why I care about this so much is because I grew up in a very white person. And I don't like the idea that people like me weren't provided and aren't provided with the same amount of resources and, like cultural and societal acknowledgement and advantages that are provided for minority groups. And so when I see this happen, I think about my own life and the times where other people were granted advantages over me, or other people were given opportunities, whether it's a scholarship or some other form of beneficiary. And I maybe didn't get the opportunity for that. So that's the reason why I advocate for it. I advocate for it because I lived through this, and I'm a lucky guy. I'm a very lucky guy, and I was able to still succeed and do well, but other people weren't. And at the end of the day, I totally agree with affirmative action. I totally agree with preferential treatment, but it should be on the basis of income. It should be on the basis of your socioeconomic conditions fundamentally then. And if you deal with that, then obviously, if that's the only reason why, then every other problem should work itself out. I think that more people should get benefits. I think that they should get, more scholarships and stuff like that, because they're the ones that can't afford college. But the difference is that that shouldn't be a decision that's made on the basis of race. It should be a decision that's made on the basis of income and socioeconomic status. But they don't want to do that. And the reason why is because they're actually racist against white people. They don't like white people. They want to provide advantages and benefits for themselves and create an uneven playing field that they benefit from. And the reason why they get mad at me is because I'm one of the only people that calls this out. This is obviously what's happening. So yeah, that's it. I'll read a few comments about this, but then I want to move on. There's a lot of other things I want to talk about. I call that double. Iranians are considered white, and all the opposition is not privileged. Well, Iranians have incredibly, really, really great levels of success inside of America. They're it's very, very. I mean, the Persian Empire was massive. I mean, Iran is an ancient civilization. You look at the IQ graphs. Iran is number 4 or 5 or something like that. Highest IQ country on average in the world. So yes, Iranians and Indians, for example, and Asians too, coming over to America have extremely great levels of success inside of America. It's true. And all you have to do is look at the statistics. So that's it. But just like me, it comes down to class warfare because that's the main issue, but it's disguised as something else. Yeah, exactly. And what was this here? According to Grok, the percentage of poor blacks and the same as Hispanics, why is the disparity of crimes committed there then? I mean, I think you want to know one of the big reasons why I think that there are big issues in minority areas. It's because there's a bunch of white women that get together that think to themselves that it'll make them sad if a black person gets arrested, so they won't crime happen in these communities, and then the communities get taken over by gangs, and you have businesses that leave. So this creates a fucking vicious circle where basically the communities just get worse because there's no policing for them. And so if you want to talk about systematic racism, that's the new version of systematic racism. That's what's really happening because these people aren't getting the chance that they deserve. So that's what I think. Yeah, creates a vacuum of IQ. Yeah, exactly. And Daily Mail, what is this here? They're ruining our system. They are. They're doing a whole lot of it. Oh, yeah. Here's a great example. I can show you this example. Look at this. New York City woman declined to press charges against Subway Shover because she killed a black man in jail. Weeks later, he allegedly killed a retired teacher, 76, at a station. Can I find it? No, I'm not able to. God damn it. I might not be able to. I'm sorry. Here we go. This is something that I said last year. The biggest threat to America isn't Hamas, Venezuelan gangs, or violent migrants. It's upper middle class, primarily white women, who would import all of the above to destroy the country in order to satisfy their suicidal limit. I tried to warn them. I tried to tell y'all, I tried to say it, but nobody wanted to listen. Nobody wanted to know. And for whatever reason, you've got this. And probably
Nah, man. See, people gotta understand something about gotcha games. Like, especially if this is your first gotcha game, like y'all gotta understand, especially if y'all jumped in after at the first anniversary or later, like y'all got to understand y'all are gonna lose. Like, don't run graded. Don't even try to run graded. Even if you can get some S plus characters, and that's like your top, like your best that you can do right now. Don't run graded. Run open. Optimize that B plus or B and run open. Optimize that B run. And if that means not running Trap Blazer, don't run Trap Blazer right now. You don't have to run Trap Blazer right now. The only reason I would say do Track Blazer would be to get your aces for PvP for your team. TVP, TPVP, your team to raise that level up, raise your team cap up because the higher level you get, every level you go up, you get what 300 carats or 250 carats. I think you get 250 carats till you get the S rank, and then you start getting 300 after that. So it is important to do those runs to get that higher uh, point rank at the end of the run. But I wouldn't say I wouldn't say look at that as deciding whether you run graded or whether you run open. If you're newer, run open. And I hear a lot of the negativity. I see a lot of negativity about just PvP in general. Well, CMs more particularly, not even the team event that you can do every day, but like CMs directly, because it's not like you're able to make a UG or UF on your first go around, or first 10 go arounds or 100 go arounds. You probably won't do it. Now, if you do, that's because you went and spent your carrots wisely on cards, not Umamasume. And it's like you kind of have to balance the two because a lot of people will tell you go buy a whole bunch of cards, don't worry about the Umamasume. But the only way to level up your Umamasume to a 5 star is with the goddess statues. And the only way to get the goddess statues is by pulling for characters. So take that with a grain of salt. I mean, you know, it is what it is. But I mean, when you're racing these guys, you're going to come up against some crazy competitors, especially in round one. Round one, if you're racing graded for and you just started, you're gonna see some crazy characters. You're gonna see some UGs. You might see a UF, but you'll see a lot of UG2s and UG3s. But you'll notice something though with those UG2s and UG3s. They don't win every time. You know, they're not gonna win every single time, but they have a really good chance of winning. Because the only way to get that kind of rank is by having first of all a lot of stats, and then secondly a lot of skills. And the only way to get to that is to have really good parents, which is what I'm doing basically. I'm trying to get as many double S's as I can, and then hopefully I build a good few double S's that with good sparks and whatnot and good whites that I could put into a character to hopefully boost it to a you know SS plus or hopefully long shot in the UG there. Long shot. That's for me. That's a long shot, and I've been playing this game since what the second banner. I think I started playing this game like it was out maybe 5 days, and I started playing this game, and I've been playing it pretty much every day since, if not every day. Well, no, not every day because there was a few days where, was due to medical issues, I was incapacitated. So you know, but even in the hospital, I was still like, yo, I want to have my laptop because I want to play Umamasume. Like it's kind of crazy because even though I've been a gamer for like 27, 28 years, because I started playing on the Super Nintendo and the NES. Even though I've been gaming for that long, like this particular gotcha is just different from every other gotcha, including Dokkan Battle, which that's another one. If you like these kind of, you know, the mobile games, Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle is another good one that's very similar to this, except you don't do this kind of training. But the battle mechanics is very similar. The characters line up on the screen where Silent Suzuka is. You're on this side, your opponent's on that side. And then you have your buttons at the bottom, which are your characters. You swap them around to wherever you want them to go and attack. And then you attack. And they attack you. And then it's your turn again. And whatever with your next three characters. It's, it's quicker. It's simple to get into, but it's very, very hard to master because there's all kinds of techniques and combos to use between all the Dragon Ball characters. If you know about the Dragon Ball universe and lore, then you know there's a lot of characters, and all of these characters have their own skill sets and moves. So that is something that you can get into if you want.
Time that I was before, I would be straight G farming for an entire day and get nothing. That feels like shit. But like playing Beat for 12 hours straight and then losing LP on the day, right? That's like playing Valorant for 12 hours in the day and losing RR at the end of the day. I don't remember if it's LP, RR, whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying, right? And that happening to a casual player one time is enough to turn them off from grinding that hard. Obviously, I do understand that track laser does take a lot longer than other scenarios normally would. But the thing is that this game is always updated. There are going to be new scenarios that are getting released. You're on an accelerated schedule. This stuff is coming faster than the Japanese series, right? They're always requiring to take a break from the game. Maybe if you feel like waiting for an hour until the next scenario, that's perfectly fine. The only thing I would recommend you just stay perfectly fine is maybe just leave your name. Or at the very least, just log in. Because if you log in, especially like right now, bullshit didn't happen. Log in and get 500 characters. Super easy to do. But the thing is that I see people bitching and complaining instead of doing it. If you want to take a break and still be competitive later in the next scenario or for however long you want to take a break, just either do your dailies or just log in once a day and just make sure you plan for when you're going to come back on a big banner. It's not a huge commitment. And the thing is, dude, is if you don't even like the game and you want to quit, just quit. You can still be a fan of the franchise and not play the game. It's okay. But at the end of the day, this is a auction game. And one thing I will say is this. I understand that in-game purchases cost a lot. Do they need to be as much as they are? No. And I feel like for me personally, I just brush that aside because I've been playing these type of games for so long. I just to see absurd prices like this. Should 1,500 carats cost as much as they do? No, I don't think so. Should the good deal on 7,500 carats cost 89.99? No, I don't think it should be that much. I think that is extremely expensive and something that most people are not willing to do or afford to do. So yes, I'm not saying that it's super cheap. Why don't you just spend money? If you're playing this game this much anyways, you buy an $80 game. What's spending $80 on 7,000? Like, I'm not saying that. I know that's bullshit. But at the end of the day, it is not that much of a deal. And realistically, if you played other Gacha games, this game is not even that bad with the money hungry. I've seen far, far worse things in other games than what this game does. And the thing is you can still be very competitive in this game without ever spending a dime. All it takes is planning. Plan ahead for the future for the next scenario or two. I feel like you can be in a competitive position at any starting point. Like brand new game right now. If you should plan ahead for Grand Live, the scenario after that, and maybe a scenario after that, I think by the third scenario, you definitely be very strong. You can easily fit into the top half of Class 6. And that's something I honestly never see in other Gacha games. Most other Gacha games legitimately quit for a while or actually good. But this game, especially on the accelerated schedule, there's so many chances to catch up. So like, it's not even a video game, it's a mobile game. Don't stress about the stupid things like what other people are doing. Because at the end of the day, if all of a sudden these are the reasons why you eat whales, then all I can really assume from you is projecting onto the fact that you should have fuck off money to spend on a fucking video. And you know what? That's okay too. I look at the top people too and go, damn, I wish I could spend that much money on this game. But you know what? It's okay because you can still do really good in a game like this. If this game was that big, I would not be playing this game still. I've been playing this game since week one. And yes, I haven't been completely consistent every single day for that entire time the game's been out. But I will definitely tell you, I've been a hell of a lot more consistent than any other dodge game I have ever played. And if there's something I want you to take away from this video, is that I don't want you to feel pressure or discouraged for seeing other people hit things that you perceive as impossible. Every time there's a new scenario, new heights are going to be hit, and you can plan properly for those next scenarios, for those next banners. You can hit those heights too. In Unity Cup, my height was hitting S rank, and I honestly would have been happy if I could have just got my whole team to S. Now my goal is to get everything UG because I planned for track laser and I was able to hit heights I genuinely didn't think were possible. So don't feel like you need to spend money on this game to be successful. Don't feel pressure from other people to spend money and are able to get the things you want. At the end of the day, this game is literally just a random number generator. Whether it's the RNG on the banners, the actual careers themselves, everything is RNG. If you don't get something that you want, it doesn't go exactly how you wanted it to go, and you feel like you did everything in that career perfectly, you still can get something good. Chances are you just had shit luck. And the best thing that you can do is to try again. Don't burn yourself out though. At the end of the day, you are burning yourself out on an Umamasume the mobile game. It's not that serious. If you want this game to be your second job, you don't make it. You don't have to do that. If you only want to spend 1 hour per day playing this game, that's perfectly fine. And with a little bit of planning, you can still be very good at the game. That's all I really want to say for this video. If you agree, if you disagree, if you have something to comment on, put it in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that sort of thing. My Twitter is in the bio. Go follow that. If you have any questions for me, feel free to DM me. I will try my best to answer or help you out in whatever situation you're in, or at the very least refer to someone who I know will know what they're talking about. I stream at least once a week, so if you have the time to pop out. And I haven't said this in an official video yet, brought up casually this stream and I should post, but I do really want to thank all of you for all the support I've been getting. Recently hit 1,000 subscribers. That is insane. I'm really thankful for it. It might not be a huge number comparatively to other people.
Hey guys, we're back with some more extreme draft racing. You guys seem to love the first episode, so we're gonna do it again.
Making every dollar count is important to you, so it's important to all states. Drive safe, congrats, stay safe. Drive less, more savings. Multiple vehicles, savings. It's important to you, it's important to us. Let's start getting into the thing.
Some people will give you one piece of
Yeah, let's run it. I was gonna skip it, but let's go ahead and run it.
Hey guys, we're back with some more extreme draft racing. You guys seem to love the first episode, so we're gonna do it again. Only this time we're gonna use some NASCARs. Put some NASCARs in there for funsies. It's gonna be a good time. Let's jump right in, shall we? All right, now we're back with the drafting, except for there is a giant change. Like, know what it is? The NASCAR. No, it's not even the NASCAR.
Yeah, gold spark, baby. Come on. Medium S. Nope.
So there's a chance that traffic's going to be going against you, and it's probably going to crash your turn. So when do we start slowing down? Well, I don't know. I've never done it before, so I don't know where the breaking point is. So go. All right, here we go. I don't know why gas starting so far back, but you can pop in. No, okay. This braking is going to be something else. Oh yeah. Here we go. Sequoia had a bad start. I grew into it. It'll be fine. So we got the super speedway package, so the draft is going to be extra tracking. Oh yeah. How fast will it go? They should only go about like 205, 210 maybe. With draft. The way they have the gearing huge crash. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're gonna go straight into it.
Turbo grab, y'all. Gonna run in the back of me here. Push up, okay, it's a decent push. You just gotta learn when you push these cars, you gotta push like not onto the side because it turns the car right.
Lato's a little old.
I'm gonna let gas go. I'm gonna just there we go. And then I'll crash back here. There we go. Where are you at? Oh, you're leading.
Yeah, I'm up here.
No,
Yeah.
well, we do have an Ash Maker behind us. He's gaining, but I think that's gonna be about it. I don't. The problem is the rest of the builds, they're not gonna stop. They're gonna keep going. Because you never know what's gonna happen here.
Exactly.
I just don't know where the braking point is, so I need to open up a lane here. That way I don't run in the back of somebody. 3 wide. Come on. Turbo grab 4 wide.
Nice launch. There must be behind you.
Oh, Ron's getting a big run to the back here.
Oh,
I can see the
I can see it. I just don't know where the braking is going to be. Okay, I'm going to let off a little bit, let the tap clear.
I'm gonna start braking pretty soon here.
Yeah. Okay, I make sure I'm not here. Like, let me know when you're braking. That way I don't run in the back of you here.
I'm gonna start braking. I'm gonna let off right now.
I'm lifting a little bit. No. It's succeeding how far it is. I'm gonna start braking.
Yeah.
Okay, turn around. We're just gonna go full speed off this. Okay, there we go. Start going back to
Here they come. Watch out!
yeah.
Taylor had all the time in the world to not hit me there. I actually got turned around good. I think it's direct here from Umamasume.
I got a pretty good launch here.
I would have been fine except for Taylor and went flying towards me.
I'd get you in the winning list.
We have direct back here.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Slingshot around the rock. You let him pick up my draft.
It's a long way back.
How fast are you moving right now?
192.
Yeah, we're not going a whole lot faster than you. I mean, it's about 15, 20 miles an hour, but you had a really, really good jump on us there. I think I would have been with you in your draft, and Wheeler would have been Wheeler.
I'm trying to zigzag across the track so they can't catch mine.
I don't understand how Milwaukee didn't catch my draft.
See him taking behind me.
I'm behind that group. How fast are you moving again?
194 now.
All right, we're moving about 210 back here. I'm catching draft way back here.
Yeah, they're getting a little closer. Zigzag. Uh-oh. I thought somebody in the end. Oh, no.
It feels like we're about to all be back in a group here. I don't know about the people behind me.
And this is draft system 1.
I don't know what it's set to be honest with you. Okay, I finally get into the gear. Like, it's about 209, it starts to lock.
They're changing. No.
It's Vaughn, I can't tell who else I even know ran.
Or, oh, yeah.
Think about Milano. They have done the slingshot. I'm trying to catch this draft. Oh, I see the end.
Oh, I'm neck and neck with the ball. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah, I got it. Just barely.
Dude, I was right there. If Baylor would have wrecked me, I would have been right there at the tag. I caught quite a bit there at the end.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we've compacted these.
Here goes, yeah, there's still more coming.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh wow.
Flag.
A lot of spiky boys going across the track.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome. All right. Round number 2 with the NASCAR. Let's hope they learned some stuff from the first round. It's like,
We all know that.
But Gap was behind me in the first round. Where did Gap go?
He's waiting, lurking.
Oh, dude, I almost actually lost it there.
Same.
Oh, he is waiting really good. He lags back. So he can get like ultra turbo drag. Or, wait, drag, not drag.
Whoa, big crash. Oh, race it. Okay. This is like some of the funny things that we just done. Like, yeah, I love this. I'm not gonna hit the gas right now. I'm keeping up with you. Like, I'm completely out of the gas. Moment. Finally, start to let off a little bit. There we go. And the quick shot takes like 5 wide.
Go on.
Where did he come? What was that? Crap. That was real. Was that a movie moment, or did he actually take crap that far back? I have no idea. I wish I knew what it was set to. I just, even if I see the number that it's set to, I don't understand what it means. Yeah. Bigger number equals more draft, maybe. I'm assuming that's what it is. Like with the draft again. The dealer got that big draft. He's all the way back, but he's lagging back for another run. Oh my goodness. Right, there he goes. There's a lot more cars with us now.
Oh, shit.
I made it through. All right, break. This is fun. This is the braking zone. Oh, no, but I need to cross this. God darn it, you idiot. Okay, right here. Spin it around. Trying to turn around right here. It's all about not getting run over in the turnaround. Exactly. Oh my god. Yeah, way out in front, I guess. I don't even see him. He didn't come around. What does it say he's thinking? I don't know. There's no way he didn't have him and come back. Maybe he hasn't crossed the middle checkpoint yet? Yeah, maybe. There's a car over here. Middle of the road. Oh, wait, no, there he is. What's he doing? He was way ahead. He just had nobody to drive on, so he passed the blue bus. Yeah, he's going to me or coming up to Gab. I don't know if we got enough time again. I ran over by Sequoia. I don't know. He had a turbo right back out there. Or something. Oh my goodness, it's 218. They changed something. It's very strong. To drive right now. Like, it's basically you drive behind somebody you pass. We are catching rapidly, so warning, we're about to have like a whole I got valve train damage. What happens when we blow up the engine? I mean, you could probably still win, to be honest. Yeah, but you probably don't do that. And, oh my goodness, what a crash. Yeah, it is ridiculous. This is going to be a weird timing thing. Oh, shit, huh? What is the timing? Yeah, right. I think there is legitimate strategy to this. Close. Oh, get bump draft. Come on. Train. I can pull out because the bump draft. He's going to wait the last moment here. There he goes. There he goes. Oh. I saw somebody coming up on our right, so I tried to swerve and it sent me into the wall. So that like where it went over, I got a second there. I couldn't time out. Devon did a really smart thing by he stayed hooked to your bumper. Yeah. So anytime I went to pull out behind like y'all were just getting that turbo draft, so I had to line back up and wait. That's a strategy there at the end. It stayed on somebody's bumper until the last moment. That was cool. All right. Now we got to try some different cars. Something extremely aerodynamic. All right. You ready to go pick up the kids? Yeah. You think this will go over 200? We removed the speed limiter, so I don't know what that means. Like, I'll put it in sport mode. Let's do this. I don't know what's going to happen with this one. Probably the same thing with NASCAR, huge crash. I heard like a lot of people hit each other there. I got a huge lag spike. Yeah, these aren't necessarily the most performance great things to be doing here with half the people that have Kato computers. Yeah. Like my computer's choking right now. Oh, is it? A little bit, yeah. It's still playable, but a one and done here. We should maybe test the STB out. Or Sequoia's CPU is probably exploded. Oh, I'm sure. 180. Oh my goodness. Ow. This case is filing. Please start crash. He just took the run and just ran in the back of somebody. Did I hit again? No, it's the button. Oh my goodness. It just gave a very healthy bump this killer. You know what's funny? It's always like me, you, and Stefan seem to somehow break out of the big crash. Yeah. I may have caused it up front. Whoops. So can you bump each other in these? I would try not to. Fun, get dragged up to you here. My car's wrecked. Yeah, you've got pretty good front end damage and rear damage. So does the front. Look at. There's nobody getting a big run here. The whole pack has died, so they're going to be going against it completely. My frame rate is garbage right now. Is it? That's surprisingly, I'm running steady with this thing. I have a bunch of computers where I'll have like other cars that shouldn't take the frame rate, take it, and then I'll recommend something like this. It feels like running 60. This is what 50, 90 performance gives you, ladies and gentlemen. Really, you go 50, 90 right? Yeah. And I'm at about 15 frames per second right now. What the heck? Maybe there's something broken in the world for you. Maybe it's like things just like not synced up. Oh, by the way, the end of the track's coming up. It's coming up. How are the brakes? I think they're actually pretty good, this thing. This is like the performance model. So. I mean, it's sort of the SUV still. Yeah, right. I'm never going to get sorry.
Because every trip becomes a guilt trip. Get more love than humanly possible when you feed Hill's scientifically proven formula. Because you're only human. There's Hill's. I should get going. That's clear. Our next is on the way. Name's about to start. There's coffee. Last law this year, 93% agree it is generally audience. For over 130 years, the New York University has been innovating our approach to higher education so that students like you can get from can I to yes I can and keep striving. Right.
Yeah, oh, wait, slow down. There's not like 180. Oh, it's gonna be bad. The whole bill's coming this way. I think Ash is aiming for me. I'm trying to stay to the side. Hopefully, I dodge everybody. I feel it. I feel like he's perfect. Yeah, he's aiming for me. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I am balanced. I feel like they're targeting us. I swear he swerved at the last second there. He swerved towards me. You know, he still had a chance to win. Yes, they are swerving. Did you get hit? Almost. Oh my goodness. They tried to kill Stefan. I just got clipped by, I don't know if that was Cosmos. I have my right rear is down, but I'm going to just say, screw it, go for it. Wait, people are catching me. So, wait, is Cosmos up there with you? No. Oh. I'm basically just drag racing on right now. Seems to find, I don't know what Cosmos is doing. Yeah, it seems to be all but every round except for that time I got clipped by somebody. Oh no, they're trying to draft up right now. I might turn off. Oh, you can't turn off the draft. I look back, I think they were trying to catch me, they all ran. Except for I think Ron is coming. I'm trying to do that strategy, like kind of right in the backfield of the what? Almost wrecked us both of us. No, you will not believe how I'm going 270. I just blew out all the tires. That's how strong the draft is. Well, all right, we got to probably maybe focus on what's happening behind you. Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
I just saw a frame take somebody out. I just got hit by debris. It's like somebody turned on stuff gravity. You know what happened? I made the debris off the cars behind us. They were like little mini missiles. Yeah. And I made the rock got hit and made his car fly. I don't know how gas passed me there at the end. I just got absolutely launched by like a phantom force. I think it was like debris off cars. Yeah, that's stuck. I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, no, unfortunately not. All right, we got the trucks here. These proved to be pretty good last time. Yeah. We'll see what they do at the draft, though. I feel like them editing it mid-race definitely creates some weird. It makes me, here's my conspiracy theory. It makes me think whoever was in last place was the one controlling the draft. They're like, I'm just going to give myself a little bit. Yeah, like literally the SUV, like my tires all blew out and I'm still like and the free missiles, I guess is what it's called. Those were amazing. Oh, wow, yeah. What was that? Gas took Cosmos out. Like just caved in my entire tailgate. Yeah, I think Cosmos was behind it. Gas just like straight up just ran into the back. Jump Spieler, you wait for me. Kind of curious what their chat sounds like right now. A lot of yelling, screeching. Sounds like a bunch of 8-year-olds, maybe some crying. I don't know. Cursing, sure. Sure. I'm coming in hot, Lado. Oh, you have to be in this crap. Wait. Oh, here we go. I just started the needle. Let's go. We are I'm at 210 miles an hour. Oh, geez. Whoa, it's off the crash bar. Extreme amounts of draft right now. Oh no, did Baylor take you out there? No. I just looked back and saw a blue car and I just assumed it was him. I did just take out Lado myself, though, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, fine. People run the bump except for he got a hood stuck to the back of the truck, so I don't want to. You boost, yeah, come on now. It's funny, it's the same people wrecking every time. Yeah. Even if I like completely wiped out, I'm just back to the race now. 220. Yeah. It's incredible, like the catch up that you can do. Oh my god, I'm going way too fast. Ask, get out of the way. I think my race might be over. Get back in that 250 mile an hour draft. I did reset. GT reset. Let's go. Oh my. There we go. I might be coming right your way when you're turning around here. It's going to be lovely. Dude, these several of them. So bad when you don't have drafts. Like, yeah. They're unbelievably slow, but then you get draft and it's like, they turn it around or. Yeah. Guys, boys, don't right behind. You got to hit the brakes coming up. I think leave with the gas coming in. Here comes me and Spieler. Sure, I'm going to get hit by a blue truck. Wait for it. No? Well, we're almost at the end. We are now heading back. Oh my god. There you go. You guys going straight into it. You go to the side, Spieler. You don't have to go straight down the middle. Just go straight down the middle. Fine. That's the way it goes this way. Poor Conquest at the start. He got absolutely obliterated by, yeah. I'm surprised he didn't keep going because, like, you can still catch pretty good, especially early. Yeah. And this draft is perfect. All right, Spieler, we're going to have to help each other here. Oh, and he is still moving. Just slowly coming back this way. There you go. Get this bump drafting order. It does it, man. The turbo grab you get from behind. Oh, there goes Gab. Man, Steeler just slingshotting each other. So hopefully we get back up to the pack. There's a chance we're all gonna die. Yeah, we're gonna fight them. Some of the people that are still in this group. Yeah, there's a chance. You push the Steeler. It's working.
How the
Yeah. Side. Crash. Constant slingshots here. 200 on closing it on 200. Yeah, we're only going about 150. So you're definitely going to get. I see you guys together popping into view. Oh, God. This is going to be gnarly. Oh, God. Well, let me know what lane you're going to be on. I'll clear. Oh, this is going to be gnarly. 205. Yeah, just crash. He's going to be sideways in front of you. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Want to get out of the way. I need a little bit more drive. There we go. Yes! Baby! The switcheroo! Oh, you might have been moving though. We're getting turbo grabs behind you. Trash. Everybody's tired. My Sequoia has no tires on my screen. The car is floated off the car. I'm still going. I have a chance to still win when the race is strong. Go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had the lane open. I didn't still did you win the last one? I don't know what just happened there. Things happen. Oh, wow. It's still something. I'm going to say it again. This is my favorite thing. I think we're good people here. Like, I should have been eliminated from that race several times. Oh, same. Hey, came back every time. The heck of a finish there. Alright, since the purchase races were not chaotic enough, we have gone to the track with the giant bar. Hop. Tippity hopping. Well, they better get ready because I'm about to hit the start here. Do it. Hit it. I hope he's aiming the right way. Yeah. Why did people behind? Why did Gab go behind me? You know? Because it's funny, and he knows it's funny. He kind of just went to the middle lane where they weren't in and started the race. No. So if they've got the draft that's the same, there's going to be people that are clearing like huge chunks of track. You can get enough speed just in a jump at 500 miles an hour and fly to the finish line. Yeah, but I don't want to stop anymore. I'm good. I forget which hill we actually need to slow down for. I don't know. Now that we're playing it, like last video, it was pretty big draft. It's extreme draft now. Yeah. Like, I don't even know if you can hit the brakes to slow yourself down in like certain like situations. Oh, you're caught in this kind of draft, yeah, the brakes aren't doing anything. You're just really sure. If you remember when we have extreme draft on like actual racetracks, the turn left of speed, completely done. Over. Oh my goodness, that was a big bump. Plateau. Take that nothing. Oh, that plateau behind you. Oh no, I can't go the turbo drive. Here's the hill. goodness. Yeah, I'm just wondering. On your left. Okay, I'm gonna get one behind you for I want to get over this. There we go. Grab, gotta get away from these jokers. Go ahead and come it up behind us. Yeah, what is happening on the right side? Do you see that? They've merged together into one entity. We need to start breaking like now. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I have to look back, make sure my hands are real. Okay, I will look inside. It looked good for a second. Oh god. Oh god. I see that, Kevin. Y'all gotta slow down. All right, here we go. You help me get up the hill. Yeah, I got right behind you. Rip cars down there. They're gonna turn down. Oh my god. Why do we turn this one? That's in charge. That is like yeah, rookies from that. Man, I never saw him go over the finish line. Yeah, go right. Dodge go right here. All right, the line back up behind you here. 37 miles an hour. I do have a little bit of wheel damage, so I can't really drive the straightest right now, but we're slowly doing this. Because you want to line it behind them when Lado pad. Yeah. There we go. Lado start to pin out.
But I'll say what's important to you is important to us. Right now, it's important to believe it's not getting in trouble with this guy. The good news is if you have accidents, get this off date, your auto rate won't go up just because of an accident.
That's crazy. Just this.
Jones had no idea who he would one day become. The US presidential candidates would invoke his name on the campaign trail, and he had no idea how this success would persuade Santi and his entire life, driving him so deep into alcohol use that he just became unrecognizable. And then
I have to tell you guys, I was walking to my podcast, and this is the one that we filmed on ice. And I met a guy that was just totally random. He was a guy that worked at InfoWars, and he worked with Alex Jones. We exchanged contact information. This happened a week ago. We had a very interesting conversation. Right? What are the odds of that?
What he gave us would eventually turn to psychosis. But to understand Alex Jones, you have to understand that back in the day, he was an early genius on the internet. Someone who adopted it before anyone else realized that he could give InfoWars unlimited reach.
Yeah, my mom was on the internet constantly. Like she could watch Cam, like all these other guys, like
It wasn't impressive move that was reached the Russian domination. It was solely because he was rooted out of traditional news with claims about Waco and the Oklahoma City bomb.
was the 9/11 thing right there. Yeah.
April 1993.
Yep.
The immigrant Buffalo nation trying to feel his power. Ordered him to go out first and trouble. All sorts of propaganda and that killed him on the mission. His take on the story was always through a lens traditional media did not want to look at. The companies radio and local news that were free to follow the stories that piqued interest in sharing. And one of those was growth. The media growth was rumored paganism society made up of idiots from around the world.
The crazy thing about this is that everybody thought this wasn't real, and Alex Jones, like, he just went there and he showed it, and he's like, look, and now everybody just acknowledges, yeah, it happened.
But the most powerful was
He snuck in, he did.
right. And as I attacked the book, these were some of the highest members of the media pro. It's now out there history for the high priest in past years. Where they got high body and sacrifice, don't say for real, but back then Jones didn't have an audience for a massive fortune at his disposal. He was just determined to run on the genres and the seat of his life brand.
I'm pretty sure this is the underpass. If I'm correct on this, this is the underpass downtown Austin, leading into like it's for like the hospital. Like there are people.
Only wasted a little bit of soda.
I don't want generate infrared they're not going to run my, they're not going to control me. I'm going to try to expose it. So Jones actually decided to go out and grow and infiltrate one of the ceremonies rituals. And it wasn't to blame. This is the story of one man's attempts to infiltrate and secretly film inside the helium throne. Now it seems like an unlikely partnership. Jones ended up joining forces with British investigative journalist John Watson to sneak into the helium throne for a Channel 4 documentary. Seeing what was involved.
2000 folks
Turning on to Bohemian Highway, Bohemian Grove. We're going to find out what the new world was going on. We were there in person
25 years ago. Think about that.
They were burning. The Jones, this was the equivalent of the flat earth of reaching the icy rings surrounding
You
us.
saw the firmament.
It was completely insane when they discovered.
Yes.
Later, the rose up people practically vested themselves with silence in anticipation of their weird ritual, chanting and burning in effigy of ancient owl gods, all surrounded by some of the most influential and powerful people in the world. That's a really big deal. I don't know. I think that's a really big fucking deal. That's crazy. What's going on over there? The Jones, it was absolutely clear vindication that or nobody did it to stage. Even after that, almost no one was paying attention. It took Jones many years to become the wizard guys they grapple around to feel nervous. Even though we look back at it more fondly now, the 90s was a pretty dull time for conspiracy theories. Western economies were strong, politics were centralist, tech was still pretty harmless and fun. Nintendo and Sony were the giants everyone knew about. And Palantir and TikTok, people were hearing things like Jeffrey Epstein compromising people.
People were so positive and everything was so good in the 90s, and then 9/11 happened and everything turned into being bad. That's basically what it was. Everything was okay, everything was fine, and then as soon as 9/11 happened, the world changed for the worst.
Leaks on governments. There seemingly wasn't much to be suspicious of. And then September 11th happened. This sent conspiracies mainstream and it gave Jones the hard knowledge he needed.
On 9/11, the day after 9/11, he was calling it a conspiracy or some sort of false flag.
11.
Oh, September 2001. Yeah, I didn't rewatch. I re-experienced. I was there. I have predicted the last 5 years of her. They are going to now use terrorism as a pretext to destroy our civil liberties.
The moment shattered everything. The illusion of global peace was rushed into limbo. The basic level of trust most people had in government and militaries. The security people felt living in the richest, most powerful nations on earth. Suddenly now, people were questioning everything. For Jones, this was confirmation that everything he'd been warning for about years was true. But he took it to another level and didn't waste any time doing it.
The government carried out this bombing themselves, a New World Order operational government, create the crisis, offer the solution, or, ladies and gentlemen, they allowed terrorists from somewhere in the world, they got bombed off of everything agencies, to engage in the Senate directive.
Despite a ramshackle online setup with limited following, Jones started to make this splash with relentless frenzy claims that it was an inside job. He warned us this was the latest in a string of false flag operations by the US government. Just surveillance.
Government for state terror attack.
Isn't it crazy that, man,
Throughout history, on a non-terrorist attack is a pretext to invade and enslave the population.
Unlike today, the inside job element of this warning didn't go down with the country reeling from this
I
incident.
actually think this was the end of Piers Morgan's CNN show. I think Alex Jones killed it. Like, he just totally fucking just hogged it, bro. Like, it's not even close.
But it did bring in the USA's dark history of false flag operations to the open again, which was helped by Jones' repeated runs about Operation Northwoods, a rejected 1960s US plan to covertly facilitate Cuban attacks on civilian targets, all to justify a war against the communist Castro regime. As a result, InfoWars has to gain some serious ground.
For those of you who can't tell, this is small that I've picked to use rather than a larger studio. It's much simpler. I can run everything myself.
Even still in his tiny little studio, as soon as people realized the horrors of the Patriot, along the horrors of the Iraq War, his rising popularity and fame allowed for a much more slick operation.
Stay with us. This is a war.
More extreme his claims became,
Support the children with battery acid.
the bigger his audience got, and the more rapid
Well, I
his
think
rise.
also, like, there's another component of this, too, where, like, he kept showing people things that were in plain sight, and he kept getting deplatformed and demonized for it. And then people, like, because there were things like, I mean, imagine exposing a secret society that presidents and other heads of states are in, and people are just like, eh. I mean, that's crazy.
To be clear, the more his viewers lapped it up.
Children walking around with their
By the way, the response that people have to that, and a couple other things that Alex Jones said that turned out to be true, that is the foundation that I base the expectation that, like, nobody gave a shit about the Epstein files. It's because this isn't the first time this has happened. It's happened multiple times before this.
and dying of cancer all around me. Why? This is a normal response, goddamn.
So, by the early 2010s, he now had a large, but still pretty niche audience tuning in daily for his hours-long high blood pressure live rants of everything,
from fluoride in the water to relieve banking cartels preparing
My mom had me
for
get toothpaste
But the
with no fluoride.
2010s also saw two huge events that would rattle the US further. And while this made Jones an enormous figure, it shattered his sanity further, convincing him that he was now on a God-given mission to deliver the world from the evil of the New World Order. With
How about that? Since your teeth are vulnerable, they need special care. Try new Sensodyne Clinical Repair today.
Wireless can feel like a world of surprises. Don't fall for the trap. Get a fresh start. Visible, the ultimate wireless hack. For a limited time, get Visible for just $20 a month for 1 year. Code Fresh Start at Visible. Live on the dial. Walmart's 500 million items that every day is a Baycare, even if it's a Staycare.
wait, this is all Walmart. Are those my swim trunks?
Yes, Bob, they are. How giant are Zaxby's giant wraps? They're packed with 3 famous fingers and plenty of sauce.
So giant, they need their own zip code. So giant, you gotta eat it in chips.
It's a giant wrap, you guys.
This ain't a wrap, it's a whole dang secret bag.
It's got the sauce.
That is an amazing dress. That's naturally designed. I love turquoise. No, it's not turquoise. It's
It's being one of the most stressful things to take on.
Oh.
Realize this drinking.
God, and the whole world counting on me more and more to be the only one of a movement against tyranny. It's just to have hundreds of people coming up with light in their eyes, just telling me how great I am. Let me tell you something. As good as I am, ladies and gentlemen, I like to chew tobacco. I like to drink whiskey, and I'll be honest with you, I have constant struggles and to get a bottle of Jack Daniels. I don't even have the self-control.
The moment came where one of Jones's most outlandish claims was in part vindicated.
I watched the Iraq War instead of the convention police state here in the United States.
In 2013, CIA whistleblower Edward Snowden fled to Russia. Working with a group of international journalists, Snowden released a load of classified CIA files that sent shockwaves around the world. In the wake of September 11, the USA, under Section 215 of the Patriot Act, had been secretly collecting the phone records and data of hundreds of millions of people in a global surveillance system.
Well, what happened in the wake of 9/11 was a whole bunch of government officials got together behind closed doors, and this was
So
actually
keep this in mind whenever they tell you they can't figure out these Reddit cards that are going around trying to threaten the president. Keep this in mind. Whenever they say like, oh, well, we don't know where they are. Uh-huh. Like this.
was Dick Cheney, a guy named David Addington, wrote a secret legal interpretation. And so they did this, and this became a mass surveillance program called Stellar Wind, which they said was supposed to monitor the phone calls and internet communications, emails, and things like that of everybody in the United States and around the world. And
Suddenly, Jones's
I just want to see how good this power bill will be.
So ridiculous.
Should do pretty good, actually.
Politics. And Jones, having warned about this stuff for years, was finally the voice of a growing movement of people becoming increasingly paranoid about the government.
Unelected deep state operatives who defy the voters, push their own secret agendas, are truly a threat to democracy itself.
And his own paranoia is only compounded when he finds himself in the center of a brutal presidential campaign.
Well, it was also that Trump called it out too. Trump basically said, yeah, there are a deep state amount of people that are controlling things, and it is billionaires that are doing it. Well, how do you know? It's because I was doing it.
Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump getting attacked
That
by
was it.
major political
That was a
media
huge
figures
one.
regularly across the world.
Radio host Alex Jones, who claims that 9/11 and the Oklahoma City bombings were inside jobs.
Trump, however, openly stated his admiration for him, which swelled Jones's audience even further.
That's right.
Saying your reputation's amazing. I will not let you down. You will be very, very impressed, I hope. And I think we'll be speaking a lot.
His train this one mantra and endless attacks on the status quo found a powerful supporter in Jones, whose interview with Trump in 2016 is said to have helped Trump get over the line and into the White House.
If I'm elected president,
I think that it definitely locked in the schizos. The moment that Trump, and also, I don't like that this video glossed over the Piers Morgan interview. I do think, because Piers Morgan was he's a sharp guy, he is, And like nobody mauled Piers Morgan on his own show the same way that Alex Jones did. Like they brought on, I remember like Jesse Ventura, and Jesse Ventura mauled Piers as well. But the difference is that Jesse Ventura wasn't like militant about it. He was like much more relaxed, everything was fine. But the moment that like you brought Alex Jones on and he just shout, and I'm talking about again back in the day, like Alex Jones going on Piers Morgan and just totally fucking like just bulldozering him. Like I really think that was a massive aura game for him. It was.
We are going to
That was like last year, like 15 years ago.
DC.
So much so that Jones's once fringe ideas were now being amplified by the most powerful man in the world. The head of the government he'd spent years attacking was now his personal champion. This was Jones's peak. But after a peak, there was always a fall. Well, Jones had a long way to fall from the heights he reached. With his drinking and Adderall use getting out of control, his marriage was collapsing.
I can't stand to be at a party where alcohol's being drunk and not drinking. I am weak. My flesh is weak.
His wife divorces him, and a nasty and at times very public custody battle for their children engulfs his private life, with his wife doing TV interviews attacking his character. People in Texas start filming him and arresting him in public.
That's definitely, it's rage-filled person.
After a not
Oh, it's bad, bro. Like, yeah, fuck that again. Like, yeah, I don't know. And also the other one, it was a huge, like the big one that happened too was Sandy Hook. Because I think Sandy Hook happened before Trump. It was like 2000 and like, I don't know, like 13 or something like that. Like, I don't remember about like when the timeline was. But it was really, I mean, that was the big one. Like, because that's actually what cooked. Like, Alex Jones was not cooked except for that. That was the only thing that really fucked him.
9-day trial, a jury awarded Kelly Jones joint custody of their kids, making her home the primary residence instead of their father.
Wow.
He appears on Infowars
Classic.
worse and worse, often with red eyes and a swarming face.
Because then it was a secret. I had a divorce 3 years ago. I tried to keep my kids out of it.
You can see his brash character start to fall apart at the seams. There were days he almost burst into tears on air.
But there were good people. The government.
He also starts becoming way more direct about the elite circles he believes were running the world. He also speaks more openly about powerful pedo networks, and he was one of the first people to bring public attention towards Jeffrey Epstein's first arrest, when most people still had no idea who Epstein even was.
Right.
When you've got the same FBI a couple years ago with Jeffrey Epstein with the Lolita Express, with Bill Clinton on at least 16 round-trip flights to the Bile Island, he got convicted of running.
And years later, the truth about the scale of his crimes filled the headlines every day. Only more than 10 years later, some of the most central figures and long-time targets of Joneses, like the Clintons, being dragged into depositions to answer for their friendship with Epstein.
This was crazy, bro. Like, he sees the Epstein files and is like,
We're a victim of a Jeffrey Epstein intel operation.
oh
Do you
man.
think that he might have been like caught up in some of what he was maybe potentially doing? Did you ever receive a massage or have physical contact from her or anyone else on that trip?
So the pictures say that when I was sitting there, but I got it by that point. Jeffrey Epstein. He had regular orgies at his Caribbean compound that the former president visited multiple times.
As audience kept growing, Jones became ever more convinced of himself. The threats from the elites and mainstream media grew, and the pressure was now mounting him. But still, he kept the show going. Now he was deciding to take aim at another billionaire in his line of sight. One he'd warned us about for years, and who had been ignored. Bill Gates. Jones was an early critic of Gates, and his argument
Completely fucking vindicated, by the way. Once again, completely and absolutely fucking vindicated. How did he know all that about? Because you would really be surprised the amount of progress that you can make on something if you are an above intelligence person who's completely fucking insane. If you look at history, you will see above average people that are completely fucking insane on every page. That's it. That's literally it, man. Obsession? Yes.
official nice guy act. He saw the contradictions of Gates' claims to want to help the world and poor people, all while desiring to control overpopulation by decreasing the global population.
2 weeks ago, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation secret meeting of the rich with Warren Buffett and Ted Turner, and it said the main agenda was reduce our population by 80%.
The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services. We could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Particularly in poorer places like Africa.
But it's really Africa that still has doubling in population to 2050.
Of course, Jones's take on Gates' plan for Africa's population growth was a little less nuanced. While regular people were horrified, one of the grandest billionaire geeks on the planet was also a part of the Epstein files. Jones
was right about that again. The thing is that he's shouting it from the rooftops. He's trying to tell everybody, but no one wanted to listen.
He was now vindicated and climbed even further into his own mania. By this point, he was no longer on the fringes. He was now mainstream. His YouTube channel was clocking up more views than established broadcasters like MSNBC. He was worth hundreds of millions, had hundreds of millions of followers, had the president's ear. He was completely untouchable. Or so he thought. You see, he starts getting drunk on air more often, with wild appearances on podcasts like the Joe Rogan Experience, where his
legendary. No, let's not reframe this, okay? Joe Rogan and Alex Jones have been friends for like 30 years. So let's not pretend like Joe Rogan was like, oh wow, Alex Jones is so crazy. No, Joe was gassing him up. Joe was saying, oh, and then what, Alex? So what about that alien shit? So what are they having? So who's this Bob Lazar? Who is this guy? Yeah, well, let's not rewrite history. They were in this together.
Status overlooked, as it's just part of his.
We need a new one, by the way.
Brand now.
No, I love being here. I'll sit here and like tell parts of it. I don't think else. Well, let's have a good time.
This episode, number 911, was done purposefully by Rogan in honor of Jones' career turning points.
I knew I go, okay, there's a certain number of podcasts I have to do to get this for 9/11. So Jake and I worked it out, and we did it.
It was hugely successful. Biggest mainstream conspiracy theorists being egged on by arguably the world's biggest interviewer, which then sent Alex Jones to the stratosphere. And he did it this morning.
Yeah, use the bathroom.
He was high on his own views.
Be right back. Party break.
Anything, knowing people would still believe, and he'd face no consequences. Well, the problem is that he was right. On one of Joe Rogan's most popular episodes of all time, that has since been deleted, he appears in a NASA shirt.
Think about that. They got deleted. Every other interview didn't get deleted. That one got deleted. Why would you do that?
And is seemingly more crazy than he's ever been before. Over the course of nearly 5 hours, he rants about this kind of stuff.
Native Americans can mind control really fast. 20 years ago, they had spiders that produced body armor, spider guns. Okay, they had human-animal hybrids 30 years ago.
Human-animal hybrids. Then the Epstein files reveals human-animal hybrids. Then Tim Burchett, the senator from Tennessee, says that they have human-animal hybrids. Wow. What are the odds of that? That's crazy.
You got giant human tissue farms. Aliens are real. They're creating human-animal hybrid. They admit 5G. Cancer. Wait a minute. All of our kids are under attack. NASA is the German breakaway government.
It was from this point onwards that Jones never returned to his previous, more stable states. Adderall and alcohol had now taken the wheel, and his downfall was near.
Jones was arrested in Texas on a misdemeanor charge of driving while intoxicated.
His claims didn't need to make sense. That wasn't his stock in trade anymore.
The problem is that they did, though. That's the problem. They did make sense. That's the situation.
He didn't need to be right, he just needed to go further. His off-air actions got worse. He very clearly starts cracking, and it's only a matter of time before he gives the people who want it gone exactly what they need to finish it, as he crosses a line he can't go back from, making his now infamous claims about Sandy Hook never occurring, that the children didn't exist and the grieving parents were actors. He'd actually been saying this stuff for years prior to the podcast and this point, but now those words were coming back to bite him. After his followers turned on the parents, and all the evidence proved them wrong, he had to be dragged kicking and screaming to walk it all back. This was the first time he'd actually had to take accountability for his more wild statements. Although he questions the legitimacy of the attack when it happens, he isn't famous enough for anyone to care. As his star rises, his repeated claims are heard everywhere, bringing Jones all the wrong kinds of attention. His followers turn on the parents, sending them death threats and accuse them of faking their grief. And so in 2018, a way to silence him was found. He could have InfoWars, but no big platform allows him to use their base anymore. He was taken off the biggest...
As soon as basically every single social media company at the same time deplatformed Alex Jones. They all, like, it was in one morning, and he was taken off of every social media platform. Was he right on this one? I think he was wrong on this. This is stupid.
Social media platforms all at one single moment, YouTube, Facebook, and then Twitter, wiping out a huge chunk of his audience and his revenue. For those who didn't know Jones, now he's not a monopolist, one of the most silenced individuals online, and his daily audience then fell from 1.4 million daily views to 715,000, and it only went
By the way, that's ridiculous. If you get taken off of every major social media platform and you only lose half your audience, that's nuts.
Ready for the hard times, they're coming.
From senior to child care to pets and more, the newcare.com makes it easier than ever to find the care you need. And you don't have to hire just anyone. You can find a background checked caregiver who's the right fit for you. Join now and find care at care.com.
Get 1.9%
Suddenly, all these huge popular Joe Rogan episodes were wiped off YouTube and Spotify. Anything with Jones's name was considered hate speech. Bootleg re-uploads are quickly taken down, and it's clear that tech companies are serious about silencing him. He's seen as too toxic, and they're not going to jeopardize their profits for a wild card, no matter how much it supports.
I don't think it had anything to do with their profits. I think Alex Jones was a ideological enemy, and they systematically worked to come up with an excuse to delegitimize him. I think that it had nothing to do with, like, any sort of the company looking out for itself or anything else. I think straight up, they just wanted to get rid of him. That was it.
Doubt about free speech. Even when the evidence at Sandy Hook eventually proved him wrong, he was dragged kicking and screaming to make it all back in court, as he's not used to actually having to take accountability for those wild statements. In his trial, his lawyer tries to dismiss his claims as part of an eccentric character Jones plays on Earth. Jones himself confesses he has psychosis, which is at the root of a lot of his claims, but it doesn't fly.
And I myself, almost never put psychosis back in the past life.
The judge sides with the victims and orders Jones to pay an eye-watering $1.5 billion in damages.
Completely done. By the way, see, this is what I said before. Remember how I said that, like, you need to weaponize the justice system as much as you can? And, like, if it was up to me, I would absolutely weaponize it against my enemies and do so with I would not even consider it. I would instantly do it. It's because $1.5 billion defamation lawsuit, are you kidding me? This was so obviously politically and socially motivated. Like, they were doing this to him in order to damage him as much as possible. Like, I don't think that this was, how is this proportionally defined based off of anything? You can't defame dead people. Well, no, I think that, like, obviously it should have happened. But the 1.5 billion number, this was obviously done. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. That's it.
Wasn't him to declare bankruptcy, and there was no recovery. But it makes you wonder, what stuff does this guy really believe and warn us genuinely, and what does he say is just part of an act?
Never forget that they did that. And that, again, and also, like, I think he should have been held accountable for it. But to do that after all these different big companies collectively, like, I mean, what do you think the odds are that they all banned him on the same day randomly? They clearly coordinated this. So what do you think that, like, what do you think's going on here? This is the reason why I am always a big advocate of pulling every lever of power that you can possibly have. Always do it, because if you don't do it, your opponents will. And if they do it, they're not going to let you do it again. That's it. Twitter files show this coordination. Yeah, because they, of course, didn't they try to say to Trump? Exactly. I wish that there were more people that felt the way that I did, but too many people are blinded by a principle that's defined by their enemies. And unfortunately, it's causing them to lose, which is by design.
For all his antics, is a really smart guy. He's an incredible speaker. When you look at his arsenal of warnings he gave us, a lot of them turn out to be true. He even said back in the day he has all this performance just to be entertaining.
Well, I get pretty hot on a lot of the shows. I would say really angry, just more.
We got a good run going here. We got a real good run going here. Straight power build for Silent Suzuka. Let's see what happens. 95 power there. 10 stamina. 10 stamina. That ain't right.
Become his actual personality and astray his warnings. Well, very few people actually knew him well. His ex-wife told the media that the screaming rapid-fire monologue conspiracy theorist is just who he is.
Is this acting or is this real? That's definitely.
I'm not going to believe your ex-wife that's trying to get custody and all your money. I'm not going to believe it. No.
Rage-filled person.
But this was also in the middle of a very messy cussing battle with kids during a very messy wars, where he really teach other people genuinely listen. About Shasta version of the 90s, and what they have to say about him fills in a lot of the blanks around someone who's clearly gifted, but also deeply troubled.
He's been diagnosed with prostate cancer. Starting it off with
John Ronson is one of the very few people who actually tried to get to the heart of Alex Jones, and after learning his origin story from an unnamed employee of Jones's, Ronson revealed the reason Jones is a conspiracy theorist.
Alex has an origin story about how he was hounded out of Dallas and had to move to Austin because he uncovered police corruption and the police housed him out of town.
What do you think the probability of that being true is? I think it's pretty high.
They had cops up there that I knew were drug dealers. I stood up and I said, I was at a pool party. He was
I
selling
have friends that have sold drugs to cops. Like, this happened. Yeah, it happened. It's like, I did it.
But man, she passed away. They took me in an office, ran my head for long, told me, we're going to kill you. That black people that's foot long. When they asked tomorrow, they said, you're going to move out of this town right now.
Because he was a bully. And everyone was afraid of him. And one day he invited him to a party in a farm, but it was a shop. They just conspiracy. And it's all the kids who were bullied. These kids half to death. And that's why that town.
But Alex Jones got dumped on his head when he was in high school. Speaking about getting bullied in high school, this guy picked him up and pile drived him, slammed him on the concrete on his head when he was, 15, 16 years old. And he was ever since then.
And this guy said, it's nothing extraordinary that Alex became a conspiracy theorist because he'd been the victim of the conspiracy. Not uncovered a conspiracy, but the victim of one.
Rogan says that Jones wasn't lying about Sandy Hook, it's just that he's not even capable of thinking straight.
He wasn't lying. He just was wrong. He really believed that the government had faked it to try to confiscate people's weapons. Like he's just, but it was a haze of drugs and booze and a psychotic break and like legitimate traumatic brain injury.
And then you see him today, where he's barely able to speak because he's so drunk on just a handful of podcasts that will have him on.
I think this video is fair to Alex Jones. I think that overwhelmed, like, we're not even talking about the fact that he was right about the frogs. Like the Epstein stuff and him bringing that up as well, Jerry Epstein on Joe Rogan. I think that Alex Jones was right about at least 25% of the stuff. And the thing is that the 25% that he was right on was the most important 25%. The thing is, like, I understand, like, he made mistakes, he did shit that was wrong. That's true. But when I see all of these social media platforms that are collectively trying to deplatform him and do this all entirely, and there is a massive, like, never even heard before, $1.5 billion defamation lawsuit against him, dude, like, I mean, at what point can you not say that this is very coordinated foul play? I mean, really. Like, and that's crazy. And the reality is, when we talk about Sandy Hook suspect compared to the other and Epstein stuff he got right, yeah. And again, like, I think that was wrong. Like, for sure it was dumb. And he said other things that I think were dumb too. But that doesn't mean that everything is dumb. And also, by the way, Tim Pool is really well known. It's not like this is a random podcast. This guy's very well known.
It's not going to work. That you're going to obviously both. Outrage.
And indeed, more desperately trying to escape the financial ruin by declaring bankruptcy for losing the trial. Perhaps the final nail in his coffin is that his political North Star has strayed so far with his attacks on Iran that Jones now finds himself back on the outside of mainstream political thinking.
That I have to intensify my criticism of President Trump. Now, Trump's out of his mind. We didn't betray Trump. He betrayed us. But just on the genocide issue alone, Trump says, I will genocide your entire country, which is an open war crime. Even say you'll do it when you have the weapons. This is terrorism.
The America First, No Foreign Wars, MAGA movement that Jones championed was thrown out of favor and returned to the old U.S. politics and Middle Eastern wars that he used to criticize so fiercely. Along with everything that happened with Epstein, and now Jones is in favor of having Trump impeached. This is something he vehemently criticized when it happened in 2019, relentlessly attacking the Democrats for the movie, calling it a hoax.
So what do you think's coming next with all impeachment hoax? Because it is a hoax now.
We're just in agreement that it's pretty simple.
They never said it the
Yeah.
It got so bad that Trump even responded on Truth Social, calling him bankrupt Alex Jones. And now Alex Jones even denies that he was ever a conspiracy theorist, saying this was all just deployed by the media and CIA to undermine him.
That's why I get mad at the shows that are, window and conspiracy theories. I've never been a conspiracy theorist, folks. That's what the media calls me. That's a CIA term.
In the end, it's not really clear whether he believes what he's saying or just needs people to listen to him.
This show is about information, not continual entertainment.
It smells like fresh produce, delivered daily.
It's an old. I transform clinical enamel strength because there's clinical evidence to support that it does strengthen the enamel.
6 full-size passions. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience. As a car that stops short of amazing.
Right. The NBA playoffs are on fire. Game 6 doubleheader. The NBA playoffs presented by Google. Right at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. It's on fire.
I think that this was not fair to Alex. I think that, I mean, again, there were a number of things that Alex Jones did and was completely, absolutely, totally fucking vindicated on. And I think that overwhelmingly, like Alex Jones, well, yeah, I mean, again, I don't agree with Alex Jones about everything, right? But to say that it's all about alcohol and everything else, I mean, you have to also keep in mind that, like, if any of this stuff is true, it means he's also being attacked and hounded down by, like, all of these super powerful institutions all the time. And yeah, I bet that's probably going to stress somebody out. It is. It's definitely going to stress somebody out. There's another POE video now. I'll have to look at it. And very reductive. Yeah, these conspiracy rumors. Yeah, Alex Jones has gotten a lot of things right. He has gotten an overwhelming amount of things right.
I like Moon. I think this is the beginning of it was very accurate, especially in terms of like his humble beginnings and all of that. But I think really like what happened with Alex Jones, I think that one thing that negatively affected him really is the fact that he tied his vote to Donald Trump so much. So it basically meant that he had to underwrite things that Trump would do. And I think that whenever you do that with any individual person, rather than whenever you're working inside of an ideology, it makes you look compromised. And at this point, a lot of conspiracy people have even moved beyond Alex Jones. This is like, Candace Owens and people that are even more conspiracy brained than that. And this is one of the issue of conspiracy theories is that they are a self-radicalizing spiral. And the more that people get involved with conspiracy theories, the more people get involved with conspiracy theories. And I think that now it's gotten so extreme that everybody just believes anything. You mean CIA assets? I don't know what's going on, if people are feds or not, or anything else. But like to me, I feel like a lot of that it's simply just PvP. It seems like it's just different users PvPing each other, stuff like that. And the dead children thing, don't forget to say children died and not just Sandy Hook. Well, yeah, because he said that the children didn't actually die, and the parents, it was all fake, and they were crisis actors and everything.
Just like it's straight up. What it's like the role. I looked into you like I'm such a champion. See, this is why revolutions don't scream, by the way. There's a reason for it. Oh, man.
This is something I never understand.
Wow, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to find a partner. They feel alienated from their work and atomized from their
I
community.
think it's like, no, like, sorry, not the cheese. Not meant being animalized, but like, what I meant is having like each, like you can choose your spiciness level, right? Like you go to the store, you say I want spice number 5 or I want spice number 10, you know what I mean? Like it's not all spicy, right? So you can go to Twitch if you want like a little bit more pop. Then you go on Kick, you want a little bit more spicy. And you go for Rumble if you want like level 10, level 10 unmoderated. Like,
If only there was a political commentator around to speak about all this. Oh well, guess not. First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is this nihilistic horseshit? You never aspire for anything, never aim for greatness and meaning. And I love how he's like, losers, like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex habit over here. I'm sure all those uncool losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you. It's true.
wait, is that actually, like, I heard that there was,
I heard that he was going to stuff like that. But
I don't know if it's true, allegedly, like, he would go to these things and, just say that, the local laws are a little bit different.
Bond also 35, no kids. Sitting in his ugly ass $600 Gucci sweater. I've never seen this guy.
You say he made a minor mistake, that's fair. Oh my God.
In a normal ass t-shirt. Sitting on a high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept. That was 3 minutes of a 30-minute long video. I didn't think much of it, I just uploaded it and moved on. The next day I woke up and my YouTube homepage was flooded with videos like shoe on head just ended Hassan, shoe on head just killed Hassan, shoe on head finishes on Hassan. Wait, what? What?
Oh, Tectone did it.
Spotted that. Which then prompted a bunch of new videos. Hassan just had his biggest meltdown. Hassan's biggest meltdown yet. Sean Head has completely mind-broken Hassan. He's that bad. Right? Right?
Unbearable way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from Shoe on Head. Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl. Ooh, look at me. 4chan guys.
By the way, Shoe on Head, happily married with no kid. Yeah. What are you gonna say? You're gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, dude, this guy is literally with someone who said that she's in her, like, 30s or mid-30s, I don't know, 40, I can't remember her ages, and she's like, look at me, have kids, and her face still busy, and she wants to freeze her eggs, like, it baffles me.
They want to avoid regret. A lot of these people live like that. They just they don't want FOMO. Right, so like if she does like freeze her eggs and then she gets FOMO later, and then she's screwed, right? So it's kind of like,
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm done with all this.
Who are now 38 years old want to fact to
Oh
me.
shit.
Why would you openly admit Shoe on Head? What the is wrong with you?
In this video, I'm going to show my raw reaction to his response, and throughout that will be sprinkled in, like, normal commentary. Now, to be honest, I was really debating whether or not to do a response to his response, but, like, everyone else is covering this crash out, so why wouldn't I, the subject of said crash out, cover it myself? Like, there's currently a resolution in Congress to, like, disavow Hassan Piker, the same thing that they did to Nick Fuentes, disavowing private citizens for what they said on the internet. What are we doing here? Does our government really have nothing better to do? Like, there is so much going on in the country right now, so much going on in the world right now. I feel like decades worth of news happens, like, every week. Every day there is a breaking story of the most insane stuff you've ever heard in your life. Everyone is expected to have a fully formed opinion immediately. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, you're probably not seeing the full picture. And that's why, for 5 years now, I have been using today's sponsor, Ground News. So let's quickly give them a shout out before we dive into today's reaction and video, shall we?
as a fourth generation American farmer, I know our country is the best farmers in the world. When you buy USDA organic food, you're investing in the land that feeds American families.
Guys, I forgot how to get Runaway. I don't play Silent Suzuka a lot. I think I've played her like maybe 5 times. I don't know, 4, maybe 3. Realistically, like 3 or 4 times.
When you browse the news, you will probably arrive at completely different conclusions depending on what outlet you see first. For example, if you saw this headline first, you might think things are going according to plan and the war may be over soon. And this is just a smart pressure tactic to get the deal done. However, if you saw this headline first, you might think that things are going to escalate. And if you saw this headline first, you might think Trump is going crazy and probably is not emotionally stable enough to be president. 3 headlines, 3 completely different. And that's why today's sponsor, Ground News, is so important. Ground News is a website and an app designed to make reading the news easier and more data-driven. Every day they pull in thousands of stories from all around the world, and each story comes with visual breakdowns of political lean-ins and ownership bias. Let's go back to that story to see it in action. Right away, you can see that 117 outlets covered this story. That's a lot. You can also see the bias distribution chart for the story. The coverage was pretty even.
Also, let me know if you have to sleep. I know you're at work.
It's okay, I'm showing the monster
Okay.
all across the board. And under that, you can check the overall factuality and ownership.
You know what? Oh, the ad?
What hand razor? I forgot what it was called.
Oh, yeah. There's like a razor, right? Like the one with like a precision knife.
That's my favorite
Wait, do you have that?
No, I just really like how she advertised it. She did one of it first, which is pretty cool. One of my favorite features of Ground News has to be the blind spot feature. It is so fun. It basically shows you stories that have been covered by one side of the political spectrum, but ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how the U.S. government wants people to share data on an unidentified Canadian Trump critic. Bizarre and dystopian. 32 outlets covered this story, 22 were left-wing, and only 2 were right-wing. That's insane. I am definitely going to read up on this. I've been using Ground News for years now. It is one of the first apps I check in the morning. It really helps me digest all the news better and helps cut through all the noise. But don't just take my word on it. The Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your world. First of all, I'm currently offering 40% off their Advantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. So go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code here on screen, or use the link in the video description down there. Big thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. I can always count on you. Right? And now,
I didn't skip it.
Let's get back to this video. So I thought it would be fun if someone joined. Yeah, it's more fun. This is so ridiculous. I needed somebody to like bounce off with because I felt like I needed some like emotional, moral support. Wait, I think like a week ago or 2, I saw Shu say to like Smitalana to like check her DMs, and then Kirsha I think jumped in, or people were like, you know, the foxes is not very good at responding to their DMs, and I just started laughing because it's a Kirsha and you're to reflect back. But I'm rather overwhelmed, so I can't let this not easy.
Yeah, sometimes what happens, so like what happens a lot, right, is like you get like a ton of DMs, and then sometimes you'll read one, and you'll be like, well, I don't have time to properly respond to it, like in like a good way. So you're like, okay, I'll look at it later. And then, like, say, like, you have to do something, like, you have to go out and do something. Yeah, and then you read it, and then you're like, oh, I don't have time, I'm going to respond to this later, and then you end up just forgetting. Because there's so many of them, right?
Yeah. Thank you for watching this. So I'm joined here today with the lovely Smug Alana, the YouTuber, everyone's favorite Oshi.
Hey guys, I'm a JPEG and I would bow, but I can't, so just because I am, I'm doing it right now.
Or you were on the last Shuan video, I literally shoot myself if you bring that shit up in here, okay?
Man.
Why? What do you want me to do? Myself in the face. Not die in the process, but at least lose significant chunks of my brain so I can operate at the same substandard, suboptimal IQ level that Shuan has and our audience operates in, so I can do a regular response to that? Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, though, I freaking love Hassan Crash Out. They're so good.
I mean, the funny thing is, he talks like that about Shu, but this guy's IQ level is like negative 9,000, so I don't know where he's getting this from.
Jeez.
And he's so mad! Still has yet to bring up anything that points. How many seconds in there?
Also, is he disagreeing with women? That sounds kind of misogynistic to me.
I thought it was a compliment.
I know.
I made the same joke in my video about like giving myself brain damage so I could understand. I'm trying to follow the logic here. Let me just give myself some brain damage. Imagine being that chatter, like, hey, Hassan, did you check out this video?
Ooh, look at me, I'm an emo girl, and I change my politics all the time. Ooh.
Time out. Emo?
Man.
Wild way that she frames having nuanced opinions, like, depending on the subject. Like, God forbid, you disagree with Hassan's point of view. The arbiter of correct opinions of the internet. I do not have that many videos. I have like 100 videos in the span of like a decade. You could go randomize and click on any of those videos, and you wouldn't be able to tell if it was made today or 10 years ago. which honestly I shouldn't be bragging about, but okay, my point is I haven't changed that much. And the things I have changed my mind about, I'm very open about. The way he's framed.
It's totally fine to change your mind about things. Like if you are presented new information or like, you have a little bit of a change in like your point of view, then like yeah, it's totally fine. As long as like the direction is fine. As long as the direction makes sense. But the direction, what's the directionality of like the belief is like towards like a thing that makes sense for the total sum of your beliefs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Meaning of people changing their minds, changing their political opinions over time as like a bad thing is bizarre, especially as a guy whose goal is, I assume, to change people's mind politically. He's totally for people changing their minds politically, but only when they change their mind to agree with him. He supports people changing their mind as new information presents itself. He supports iDubbbz apologizing for the crime of being 75 years ago. But when it comes to me changing my mind on like 3 things over the course of a decade, that's bad. Like, yes, I've changed on a few things, obviously. From the ages of 23 to 35. Yeah. Like, if you're, like, writing now, this guy just comes after you. It's, like, insane.
Yeah. Like, he's
just a big jerk. Like, I wonder how much he's getting paid to do all of this, because it's only, like, normal human being with faculties, would have these kind of terrible takes, like this guy.
the thing is too is I feel like there's how do I explain it? I feel like there's so much to stand. Like he actually has this kind of really smug, holier than thou like attitude. I think it's really annoying.
Yes, okay. Oops, sorry, no, sorry. No way. Are you, like, you probably don't believe the same thing as you believed, like, 10 years ago?
No, absolutely not. Well, I think in that video that you talked about, I don't know, like a couple of months ago, you were like, I had a baby, and then I lived in the city, and then I was like, man, maybe you're putting the right money into the police. Isn't that bad, you guys? I mean, that was different when you were like 20 or 25.
Exactly. When I was living in, like, sheltered suburbs, I was like, hey, Chad, the police, and then you're an adult with a child, and you live in the city, and it's like,
Almost like actually growing up makes you more conservative.
yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like, when you're young and single, your priorities are so different from when you have a kid and being a husband or wife. It really changes your outlook on life.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Also having a job and responsibilities
Yes.
is another thing that changes your perspective. You're like, wait a minute, you don't have to work this hard and like, oh my god, the taxes they just took they just took so much of my money. Yeah,
and like 50% of your money is like gone by the time you get it. So
yeah, what happens is like, you see your money go away and you're having a hard time, you're like, oh man, I wouldn't expect I should afford this thing. And you see like the government taking your money over and you're like, well, you know what? At least it's for a good cause, and then homelessness goes up. And goes up.
Yeah, and then it goes up. And spend all my money. Like, bro, can I get it back?
Like,
I know where I'm gonna use it.
Like, the education scores go down and down and down, and you're like, what the fuck are you even doing with my money? Yeah. You see it going to like illegals too, right? And you're like, what the fuck?
We need more please. Bye. I confuse terminally left right brain people. I always have. Hyperpartisan people absolutely hate. They can't just like put me into a neat little box and then smash that box with a hammer. Hassan usually can hand wave away critics like, oh, they're just an Israel shill, they're just a Zionist. He can't do that with me. He hand waves them away by calling them neocons or neoliberals. He can't do that with me. Alt-right incels. He can't do that with me. So what does he do? He malfunctions and starts calling me emo. Like, okay, man, you got me. Emo is when eyeliner, I guess. In the hyper-partisan mind, it is completely impossible to hold several non-contradictory opinions at the same time, like wanting free healthcare, but also wanting a strong border. Like, to me, those aren't contradictory whatsoever. In fact, that works together. You don't want to override your healthcare system, right? Your focus should be American citizens. Like, in their mind, like, Denmark doesn't exist, right? They think, like, oh, if you think unions are important, you must also be for minors having HRT. Like, no, believe in public transportation. You also have to believe in abolishing prisons. Like, no, sorry, no. I don't know how my ideology is confusing. I don't know how they see that as like flip-flopping or being a grifter. When to me, it's like completely normal, common sense stuff.
Well, it's because for a lot of them, right, it's like you have to believe in the whole suite of this. It's like she's saying. It's like you have to believe in everything, otherwise, like, you know, you're not really on the same line.
Yeah, I would say that you have to be part of the hive mind, or if you have any sort of wrong thing or your own thoughts, you know, they'll pick you out really quick. Like, you can't have a country in decay like this. You can't. It will not be fixed by people like Hassan telling young men not to aspire for anything, and fake stupid, like, telling people it's cool to steal. Would you steal people for
I'm pro stealing from big corporations.
Like, what in the...
Not fun.
I think my last brain cell said goodbye, leave. But I think
I think
gosh.
yeah. Although just saying, I bet you he wouldn't like it if someone stole from him.
No, because they say tax the rich. But if you don't tax these people, they're gonna...
He is the rich. What is he talking about?
I swear. Yeah, stealing is so cool, dude. Let's just steal from big corporations, so the big corporations move out of that community, and then that community turns into a crime-ridden, unsafe, full ghost town and a food desert. Like, yeah, bro, you're really fighting the man. But if you can tell people that billionaires are the real enemy until you are blue in the face, and it might be true, but Jeff Bezos is the one standing on the train, you know? You can't have a peaceful, functioning, socialist, or even social democratic society with the delusional social policies of Hassan Piker. You just can't. Anyway, sorry, I'm going on tangent. It's just so funny he sees my politics as, like, incoherent, when to me, his politics are things that are. The video was barely political. My response to him was about his, like, nihilistic mindset when it comes to young men. Because for years, we had to watch the media shove this guy down our throat like we was the Joe Rogan of the left. Oh, he was gonna save young men from the alt-right pipeline. By the way, this guy is never sure. Bro is not, like, Joe Rogan smoked this guy in a debate so fast.
Like, Joe Rogan actually wants to listen to people that have varying views and opposite views of him. Like, I don't really think that's honest, you know.
No, he just wants to yap on his soapbox and, I don't know, be the best tasting sliced bread, and he's not even close. Going to be the Joe Rogan of the left, because, like, Joe Rogan, at least Joe Rogan from years ago, I don't know about now, was all about listening to other people's beliefs and hearing other people's opinions. Hassan does not do that. Hassan closes his ears and goes, la la la, I can't hear you, you're stupid, I'm smart. For years, we had to listen to how this guy is going to push young men away from the GOP.
Inspiration time. Who is cool?
Actually experience.
Very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. My point there was, you can't be telling young men to only care about things that directly affect them, and then make it your life mission to tell those same young men to care about things that don't directly affect them.
You want me to lose chunks of my brain? Do you want me to John Fetterman myself so I can understand the compelling argument that Shoe-on Head makes? One that should have been left in the dustbin of history all the way back in 2016.
Well, if opinions from 2016 aren't still here today that are good.
Literally, technically, I mean, I'll put my stats on the screen. I am literally more relevant today than 2016. Like, more people are watching. So these aren't opinions from 2016. These are opinions from now on. People disagree with you now.
Look at me as an emo girl, 4chan guys who are now 38 years old.
Is this guy, like, do you think he's got, like, a self-genjutsu on himself or something?
Emo girl, you gotta start being emo girl to continue the genjutsu.
Yeah. What a fact to me.
Hey,
what? Wait, what?
What? I'll disagree with you now.
Did you just say
Look at me.
as an emo girl, 4chan guys who are now 38 years old want to back to me.
Hey, 4chan guys want to chat with me?
So anyone from 4chan that wants to back to a song? You can tell me. You can tell me.
Oh, wait, I thought it was super cool and progressive to have like an army of men who sim for you online. That's not very folk of you inside. First of all, I like how you use the word fap. It's so old, isn't it? It's like gooning now. Come on, get with the times. It should have been left in 2016, son. Come on. Oh my God. If this was said by anyone else, he would be calling it misogynistic and sexist. But it's being said by someone with the hive mind approved opinion, so it's okay. It's called a dark woke chug.
Sorry, I have to say something.
Just take her time again. Alright, John, she does that. Let's give her 50 more subs.
God.
Oil Barons unite. Oil Barons, where are you?
She's gonna be faster than this.
No, Chad, hurry up, do it faster. Yes, Blugie, yes. Oh, man. I'm scared. What is she doing? I don't know what she's doing.
Barbara, thank you so much for the gift sub. Melandor, thank you for the gift sub as well. And thank you, Silver, for 5 gift subs. And thank you, Weaver, for 5 gift subs. Thank you for Rose Fire for the 5 gift subs as well. And thank you to Watson, too. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Chad, if you donate 50 subs right now, Leaflet will show you her
Guys,
collection.
guys, I did it.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Check it out.
I'm so scared.
Check it out, Mike.
Tahini, an irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt. It's perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tahini?
Moulin Rouge, the musical, is the winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical, May 26th through 31st at Bell Theater. Get tickets at BluementhalArts.org. Escape the indoors with Cutter Area Insect Solution. From lawn treatment that lasts all summer.
Am I right, guys? Am I right, Jenny?
No.
You gotta
Yeah,
admit
yeah.
that picture is PK Fire, guys.
It's actually
Okay, I knew we threw me under the bus, but what is this supposed to be?
It's Ness from Earth.
Oh my god, it's so funny. One more of the purple.
Yeah. If I was getting paid for mentoring,
We post it? Do I post it on X?
yes.
Yes, do it.
Please.
Oh, let me post this.
I'm gonna say, you gotta admit, this picture is PK Fire. That's gonna be my best. Okay, well, I gotta. Alright.
I agree to post whatever you post your name. Leaflet. I spelled your name wrong. I put Leaflet.
I can't type
Oh. Well, I guess the green one is Leaflet technically, or whatever the heck you called it last time.
to me, like many of his friends and ex-girlfriend K-Star do for a living, that would be fine. He would support it. But since I don't do that, and I'm just like a normal YouTuber, it's a way to insult and degrade me. It is interesting, though, how Son uses uncool as an insult to hurl towards me.
Being a specialist, it just comes to me, man.
Bell books that once argued that patriarchy harms men by reducing their worth to status and conquest, while women are harmed by being reduced to only their desirability and being conquered
should not be getting feminism mocked by someone who does not call themselves a feminist design. Not a good look, buddy. And also, bro, you thirst trap more than I ever have in my entire life. You were on the cover of JQ. Did you? JQ? You are on the cover of GQ. In a hot tub. I will put the picture up there as censored as I can. Just.
Oh my goodness. What the
This is so gross. Each day, working out.
how they do, dude, they're trying so hard.
It's Monday, 8:30 a.m., and we're in the backyard of a house in West Hollywood, where there's a makeshift private gym with benches, pull-down machines, and dumbbells galore. This is where a 34-year-old political influencer keeps his thirsted after body fit. Like, what? By the way, written by a male, too. And I'm just like, I would have thought it was
Man.
He strips his shirt off.
What'd you say, Lauren?
And the girl in the gang is there's which to be where I am now. Next to Piper as he pants. What a pair of neon shorts. Black sunlight glistening off the sweat bleeding on his chest. So it's women and gays Thursday afternoon, and it's a good thing. But God forbid straight men find you attractive. This is the dude that has to keep his girlfriend a secret, like some kind of K-pop star, so he can like be an e-boyfriend for his parasocial female fans. I'm always talking about being married, like when I'm in a relationship, I'm talking about being in a relationship, whatever. I'm the whore, not the one playing e-boyfriend. Look at your color. You gotta like how many years now?
Been a while.
Like, and this guy, his girlfriend, Valkyrie, or whatever the heck her name is, don't even want kids. Like, he's projecting so hard. Like, I think not even like 50 projectors in a classroom would be enough to, like, beat this guy in a projection contest. This guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
And thank you, Walking Dude, by the way, for the gift sub, and Sonic Kume as well. Thank you for 5 gift subs. Thank you so much for really appreciate it. Thank you. Kara Moss, the 300, that day was pretty well timed. Oh man, I can't even. It's always happening.
When people say like, oh, well, she's animate. Okay, fair point. However, Shrew doesn't even like have anything that she wears in her YouTube videos that are like revealing. Like she's very moderate.
Yeah, look at I mean, it's not very revealing, you know.
What am I
Yeah,
the cop uniform, and she had like a gun for like a second for like a frame pointing at the viewer news parade. I thought that was funny.
I freaking love like her outfits. Like I just like everything that like her style is so cute. Like the outfit she wears and like the hair and everything. It's so cute.
The left in a mega body, bro.
Oh yeah, I gotta make that. Oh yeah, did you hear the song I made about the socio?
Wait, you dropped a new song when?
Wait, hold on. No, it's actually an old song. Here, I'll play it. Right?
Oh, okay.
Have you heard this song?
I don't think I have. I thought it said, oh my gosh, I must have heard that.
See the video? Maybe I'll make one.
Please do. This is wonderful. So funny.
in a mega body.
So funny. I do follow from photograph show. I think.
I have two artist names. I have Shin Mecca Idol Weekly, my other one.
Oh, you made another one?
Yeah, it's like all my other songs like that have babies.
Well, I gotta follow that one too. There we go.
I think that was. Song by name.
Honestly, I think making music videos.
I don't know. Should I make it like in live action with anime? I should, right?
Yeah, that would be really funny. I mean, if you get like a couple anime scenes, like, kind of like a switch in between them.
The best line is at the end though. It's like so pink.
I wanted to react to this. Like, if you make it, I want to react to it so bad.
I'll make it, yeah. Here's the best part right here. This is my favorite line. She's so fucking ridiculous.
It's okay, Leafwood. I'm sure he'll shock you too. It's delicious. This is so funny.
So fucking cute.
That's a fun part of it.
Should I make it? Maybe I'll make it. Maybe I will. Oh my god, I'm like behind my two videos right now. Maybe next week.
Sit mine and I'm mad about it. What the f are we smoking? For like a good 3 years, there was this really weird campaign to make Hassan Piker like the face of progressive masculinity in a bizarre attempt to move men to the left. A progressive in a MAGA body, they said, which like, what the did they mean by that? Hey guys, we're not all ugly, dysgenic freaks. Look, there's one of us who's attractive. What? Mr. Piker's success on camera, in some part, has been aided by the fact that he is, by conventional standards, a very handsome man. He is 6 inches tall and built like a professional athlete, a square jaw, a beard, and a tail dog hair. This guy was different. This guy was the son of Dennis Adams. Broadcast last year. They can't turn around and be like, you're not hot. Indeed, tens of thousands of viewers may watch his videos for his political view, but many also tune in for their view of Mr. Piker himself, whose social media profiles are littered with suggestive images of his muscly body. I'm gonna throw up, man.
Bro. This guy's thirsty.
Dress or thirst traps, as the pictures are known. Some of his fans scrape and screenshot, clip, and repackage them into fan cams that travel across the internet, glorifying Mr. Piker's appearance and indirectly beliefs. That is yet again another.
This can't be real. Like, this seems like so astroturf. Like, what the hell is going on?
They're saying one of the only reasons people watch Hassan is because he's attractive, and that he uses his appearance and thirst traps to gain a following. So is he like projecting onto me? Is that what this is? Is he like insecure about his thirst traps and his reputation of being nothing but eye candy? And listen, I'm not delusional, okay? Obviously, your looks can help take you further in life, online and offline. Like, if I was morbidly obese or hideously ugly, I probably wouldn't have like half the following I have. You can easily say the same thing about Hassan, but at least I organically collected my sips and didn't have some like astroturf glaze fest.
Yeah,
Dude,
what the hell?
Like political people. Embarrassing.
Guys who are now 38 years old want to fact to me.
38. You mean 3 years older than us, Hassan?
Oh, dude, I totally messed it. You know what I should have done? I should have done shoe as Ness, like getting like a smash bullet on like Hassan as a Starman. Like Hassan as a Starman, or like as like the hippie dude, you know what I mean? Or like Frankie. I should have had him like Frankie, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you could always do more. You could do like a whole collection.
What if
Oh my god, the people that are in my demographic. Fangirl for coming at me on Twitter, like, you're nearly 40 and you dress like a Hot Topic cashier. Like, it was all like the exact same age. I think we're a month apart in age. And like, oh my god, we are literally co-workers at the Hot Topic. Like,
People like Seanhead are basically a version of a Reddit aggregator.
Reddit? You like hates me.
You gotta chat, you gotta do it now. Chat, you gotta do it. Okay. It's you gotta be responsible and on the post, on the X post, you gotta reply with the shoe on head hitting the Starman Starman literally aim a song with a freaking bat. Yep. It was odd, like twerking. Do you put him in the little, the little spider mech that he has at the very end? Looks like a spider mech. Yeah, you just put him in that at the end, yeah.
These are predators. Are we for real right now? We're always loved on Reddit. Like, why did you say 4chan or Twitter? You're not even funny. Yeah. You can't even banter or do jokes correctly.
Unironically, I think this entire rant, this clip, just sounds like if you were just to post the question, what do you think of Seanhead on our side of politics? And we'll read the comment section. It's just angry Reddit balding. The worst part, this is the best thing I come up with. This is the best you can do.
Jesus Christ. What an unbearable way to exist. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from Seanhead. From a person like Seanhead.
Distance.
Yeah.
You should be embarrassed.
What do you mean, get your politics from Sean? I don't expect my audience to get their politics from me. I expect them to be entertained, to laugh, to think, to engage with the discourse at hand. I don't try to, like, pass off as someone you should get your politics from. I don't think my audience
You shouldn't get your politics from anybody, to be honest. Honestly, if you have to get your politics from like one specific person, you probably should like not vote.
Any YouTuber for that matter, they should do their own research, come to their own conclusion. I just say my opinion, so people are free to agree or disagree. Hassan, on the other hand, like, really thinks he's some serious political commentator. Bro, you're a Twitch streamer. I'm a YouTuber. But that's the difference between you and I. I know what I am.
Jergens Natural Glow Sun Drops. Just drop, mix with my lotion, and glow. The feel-good feeling of Jergens. Volkswagen dealer today and get 1.9% APR or $3,500 customer bonus on a new 2026 Atlas.
A lot of dry rubs out there. There's nothing like the dry rubs in here. Zaxby's famous fingers and wings, savory garlic parm, spicy Nashville hot, and zesty lemon pepper. See that? Now Zaxby's is just rubbing it in. Who's got the sauce? I thought it was something in the store.
Okay, what did you find?
A place. I found a place. It's like a maze. It just goes on and on. I'm scared I'll get lost.
Oh my God, the things I want to say to people like this.
Say it.
Say it. Change into a suit because I made fun of his Gucci shirt.
Like, you can literally see him scanning his chat of domestic terror, like predator for insults, right?
It's just so lazy.
I find it more compelling when someone deconstructs why I'm being stupid. I swear, I think if he had an audience that thought it was okay, he would obviously have visited a girl. Stupid woman. It's like he's fighting against a girl.
We're reverting back to road tips, Hassan. Like,
yeah.
This week's pro tip is about bringing out the alpha male in you.
The classic example of what happens when your father doesn't pay attention. You turn out to be a slut who's praying for attention, and then I pick up you up at a bar
He is pretty big
and
though.
bang you out for the first date.
Some Piker is big. Was a big dude. Hey.
Child on. Because I've already made fun of style. I still do my makeup like it's 2009. I already made fun of the fact that you shouldn't get your politics from me. You're going to shoe on head for political information. You are deep fried.
She never self-insults. Like, you can make jokes about yourself. Like, I've joked about a million times, like, oh, I'm a 400-pound man behind an avatar. Like, it's funny. Like, who gives a... I feel like just takes himself way too seriously. The most popular YouTubers, every single one that I can name that are at the top of Twitch with Hassan, every single one of them at least, like, makes jokes about their appearance. Aspen talks about how he's bald and doesn't have any teeth. He leaves himself so exposed to being made fun of, and then he wonders why everybody makes fun of him. Like, just join in. It's part of being a human being.
Honestly, good luck, dude.
We crash on you like a fight patrol. He's got shit. He's like this toss. He's like dropping. Alright, so then we got one of these Hassan Overtures. He's a former movie streamer. This is Casey Trump. Oh my god, I can't stand this girl. Hey, this shit.
Chew on it and her dumb audience.
Like, I don't know, it's like short head, it's like hearing about it on and tell them to watch out.
He didn't need it anymore. What he keeps saying, it's all I didn't know what incel means.
It literally means nothing anymore. That's what it means. This is such a self-report for being a retarded. Like, I love the implication too that like Casey Trump thinks the only way you can truly care about men is if you have sex with them. Is this law problem? My sis just come free with not having a father figure. Do I have to have unresolved daddy issues to comprehend this? Is that problematic for me to say? No, sure. Like, prove you care so much about these infos and their inability to get so quiet. Oh wait, you won't? Because you're just grifting to...
So, when I saw this, I asked myself, why are people doing it? Like, why are you this can't be real. Like, they actually think that the only way for, like, a woman to show any care for a man is to fuck them. Is that really what be the people
They reduce it
That's
down
so
to
weird.
sex, and it's like, there's so much more to life. You know,
Dude.
for them, like, you don't even want to get with them either, but you'll condemn other women for not wanting to, who you don't want to, okay. When did I ever condemn women for not wanting to? What is it? Hat on foot again. Hat on foot. Because it was hard to know about how women own men. What the fuck is that? Why would you? Like,
Yeah, why is that?
You don't really have a desire to like create a family and
Yeah, it's like, by the way, like, here's this game about this, like, child that you take care of. It's like, robot, whatever, right? Like, and they're like, yeah, you just want to fuck her. Like, wait, what? Where did you get that from? You know what I mean? Like, what is wrong with these people?
the legacy, and they're like, sorry, you can't get laid, Cell. Sorry, you can't get pussy.
So the chick that sits in her room all day and smokes weed until she's numb.
Smoking marijuana with a hair pamphlet. There's just a picture of Casey Trump's face.
Your amateur is some fat lady on Twitter thinks you're a grifter. You're gonna need to put a bunch of random men to turn them wrong. What do you do? Like a weekly raffle? Pull a random inside of how do you verify that subscribing know? Like the only way to do it and care about men is to like just go over in public and like bend over a chair or something.
20? Yeah. I stand by what I said. Shoe on Head should be thanking me for giving her and her incel followers. Set it down. Man. What? I brought up my video. He has not responded to it. He has not made a single point. Called me emo, called me irrelevant, but he didn't call me wrong. Just that. Call you emo, but they don't call you like, if she plays the yeah and song by volleyball, that's like literally all she has to do. That's the perfect response to this idiot.
No. Also, what? Who cares?
Fake laugh. What's going on?
Someone who's running in Philadelphia.
I'm out here doing the revolution, okay? That's a normal thing.
Man, the majority of the people that know your name only ever learn you because you electrocuted your dog. What did you treat
Stop.
You don't understand that 95% of the fan base are Turtling online warriors. Like, they don't feel like a rally girl in the background over here. They want you to call Shuan a Nazi to validate their hatred and their feelings.
Whatever Sean had said.
It's finally out there. Something in the real world. The only thing people
are talking about in regards to things online right now is this. And you know what? I feel like, to be fair, something people would never do for me. This was a better response than his first response. He's basically just like, I don't care. I'm busy doing like real things in the real world. Okay, fair enough. Understand. Have a nice day. But then he says this.
Talk to me when we got the WikiFeed ratings up for Sean.
The what?
Okay, what's her WikiFeed looking like? Fine. Okay, is she?
What? What the? Is he interested in her feed? Is that what? No. He said WikiFeed, right, Chad? Did I mishear that? I heard the word feet. Like, is he interested in her feet? Like her feet pictures?
So, it's some weird shit, man. This is,
Ew. Dude, what? If I were Shu's husband and I saw this guy, he might get a punch across his face. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh. Wow. Did I listen to what that woman said? No, absolutely not. Let me know if I can see her feet, though.
Yeah, what the hell?
Honestly, it would be Giga Chat if it came from anyone funny or likable. Chat? Did you bring up? I know. By the way, if you guys don't know, WikiFeed, a website where people upload pictures of like celebrities' feet. Just look up the size. Oh my no way. He's got a fan tootsies online. Wait, I have a higher feet score than his son. If this was by the way, never address any score. Never even change. No, just talking about like WikiFeed. I sold feet pics. If I sold pictures of my feet, would he use this as an insult? No, because he's Mr. Sex Positive, Mr. Sex Work is real work, Mr. Bravo Boy. Yeah, I'm making a difference, unlike Shu and your stupid video. Also, did you know she's stupid? She's stupid. Don't go watch the video. Don't go watch it, guys. She's stupid. Well, sorry, you're kind of aggressive. After his crash out, after everyone was making fun of him, he gets on Twitter and he's like, I have yet to watch any of her content. Excuse me? What the fuck are you facing? It's on. How am I stupid? How do I change my politics? How am I just?
I mean, he's kind of he kind of just caught himself in a bad spot. He's either a fucking liar. He's either a fucking liar about not having to watch it at all. I guess what he said. He's a liar in the book. He's a liar. Even if he didn't watch it, he actually didn't watch it, but then he's just making shit up. Either he's just bullshitting, making shit up, or he's a liar. Yeah, it's one or the other.
Emo girl that men fat to. Either A, he's lying and he has seen my content, or B, he's just blindly repeating things he's seen other people say about me. Either way, it's pathetic. He's stuck between, like, wanting to be above it all. I'll give you know who that is. I'm out here doing the revolution and wanting to tear me down. But he can't do both. So as it stands right now, what he's saying is that he has literally never heard me speak. He just looked at me and went, woman online must be a woman. Which honestly, not a bad guess.
It's my heart. That's right.
True manliness is understanding that you need to pay attention to your stick. Dr. Squatch is aluminum free, natural origin, and comes in incredibly manly fit. So choose now.
Buying a car is kind of a big deal. How do you know if it's the right car for you? Ooh, the most deal ratings complete vehicle.
Okay. What happened? Oh, shame.
Oh, wait. I find it incredibly ironic that the guy who used chain lightning on his dog live on stream for thousands of people and then lied about it. Excellent, everybody.